You're just reacting to that.
What?
You're just reacting to that.
What?
The commercial. All right, check. We're all good. All right. All right, everything's all good. All right. All right. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're watching this from. This is Chase fan number 9 here. Welcome to what will be my first and only live stream for this weekend. Tonight, it's the NASCAR Cup Series race at Richmond Raceway, the Cookout 400. 400 laps, 300 miles at this quarter of a mile short track, Richmond, Virginia. Wow. So to start things off, obviously I didn't watch last night's race because I was at an event yesterday, and we had to be there early. But to be fair, Corey Heim won again, so no surprise. Albeit Ty Majeski had the race won until he got spun late. He finished second, but I think the damage he got from the wreck hurt his truck, and he ended up losing. So, yeah. The playoff field for the trucks was set last night. So, yeah, I'll go over it at another time. Anyways, we got 2 races left in the regular season for the Cup Series before the playoffs start, even though I don't care for the playoffs at all. Who would have thought Ryan Preece would start on the pole? I definitely wasn't expecting him to be on pole for today's race, but he is. But he may be looking for a win, but Tyler Reddick starting second sure is. Yeah. Fun fact, this is the number 60's first pole in almost 20 years, back to the 2006 Daytona 500 when Boris Said drove the 60 at the time. So there's that fact. AJ Allmendinger starts third, best start for him all season. Denny Hamlin, he's one of the favorites tonight, so look out for him to be strong. Denny Hamlin is always strong at Richmond, so expect him to be up the front. Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski. This is a hit or miss track for Chase Elliott, so let's see if he can get it done tonight. I mean, he does have a win in Xfinity 10 years ago. And Brad Keselowski after that strong showing at Iowa. Let's see if he can back it up today. Christopher Bell looking for his first win at Richmond Cup. Alex Bowman's a former winner. Last year's winner, Austin Dillon, starts 11th. Chris Buescher, 12th. Let's see. Chase Briscoe's my top pick. He'll start 19th. I'm not going to sleep on Ty Gibbs. In fact, keep an eye out for JGR today because they're going to be fast. Kyle Larson starts 30th. Corey Heim 32nd. Chastain 33rd. And Joey Logano is going to start in dead last. Eric Jones in row 9. Row 10, Chase Briscoe having a career season, and Ryan Blaney trying to get a late regular season win. That's Daniel Suarez. He starts on row 11, 20 weekend last weekend for Trackhouse with all 3 cars finishing in the top 10. We go back to row 12 after Noah Gragson. It's Ty Gibbs and Cole Custer. Then Justin Hayward, Riley Hurd. And then last week's winner, Shane Van Gisbergen, shares it with a man desperate for a win here tonight. That is the 6-time winner here, Kyle Busch. And then Zane Smith and Kyle Larson will have to work his way to 30th place. Right behind them, Todd Hill. And he's got to go to the rear, do some unapproved adjustments. Corey Heim won the trip race last night. Behind them, Ross Chastain and John Hunter Nemechek, both drivers very disappointed with their qualifying efforts. Got a long way to go. Jesse Love, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Jesse Love is 5th career Cup start. And then in the last row, row 19, Cody Ware and Joey Logano, 2-time Richmond winner, had a wreck in practice. He is starting the very next Huh.
Joey is starting last in the field. There's still a lot to get to before the drop of the green. Please update us if you would. Can you go?
Well, Richmond has not been what Ryan Blaney's best practice back
Weekend's been good, just
top five finish.
just relaxing and all that. Um, so stage 1 is 70 laps and stage 2 is 160 laps long. Golly. And stage 3 is 170 laps. Weird how they make stage. It's weird how they make stage 2 so awkwardly long.
Special Saturday night edition. NASCAR live race record stream here on the channel. Tonight, there are 2 races. Before we determine 16 cars or more, last 2 chances for playoffs this season. Tonight, Richmond. And next Saturday night, Daytona. Last 2 chances for one of the legacy cars to hopefully win their way into the playoffs.
Will it be enough? We'll find out because McDowell needs to win to make the playoffs. Meanwhile, we talked to you about the 48 car that Dallas going. Any guy who stresses all the time about anything, well, they can make the stars this race and put it in the NASCAR. And they're going to go through the back. They were fixing the passenger side mirror on the 48 car, and now he will have to start from T. Good stuff, Dave. Thanks very much. We'll keep an eye on that. The official pace car for today's
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jimmy's in the house tonight as well. Jimmy is actually at Richmond. So,
how many times will we see that at the front of the field? How many cautions are we going to see? How much action are we going to see? Well, it's Saturday night.
It's funny, but is there a Camry, not a Supra? There's a Supra in the Xfinity.
Yeah.
Why isn't it the other way around?
Get down season. A lot of news, a lot of rumors going on in the world of NASCAR. It's silly season, silliness is in full swing. We also have the schedule, which is expected to be the 2026 schedule. Is actually expected to be released this coming week.
Also, it looks like the talks about doing Sonoma with grass is starting to become sound more of a reality. There's been the idea of racing at Sonoma with grass. I've heard lately, starting to sound like more of a reality. In with green grass, Mom. Yes, Mom. Also, the last time we were at Richmond, we had a controversial finish between Austin Dillon, Denny Hamlin, and Joey Logano. I hope we don't have something like that today or tonight, I should say. Hope we'll have a much smoother finish, and let's see how it goes. And I'm not keen about this, especially considering that we all know how we feel about the short track package and all that, because I know at Iowa it was hard to pass for some folks. So, yeah. Anyways, pace car heads off. Let's have a good night tonight. Ryan Priest leads the field to the green. We're racing at Richmond. I definitely can't wait for next weekend because we got Daytona and IndyCar at the Milwaukee Mile. I'm ready, pumped for next week. We're gonna have back-to-back Saturday night races as far as Cup is concerned.
That team is in form, and ever since he won the Brickyard 400 jet, there is no looking back. Tonight's an opportunity to start building that playoff momentum. Chase Elliott with a stereotypical move for this racetrack. Make a late left-hand turn. Trying to gain that position.
Still 3 wide going into the corner.
We did have that pre-race report, but fortunately for the 48 team, it did keep its original starting position.
Something happened to the 48. Oh. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is in the last. Kind of odd.
That was in the heat of the day. Now the sun's starting to set. The drivers now know the limitations. They're the best stock car drivers in the world. But that's why in pre-race we mentioned drivers like those three right there, the 11 and 10.
And then we have also NASCAR 25.
I think that
experience
coming out. Remember when we had tire wear at Bristol? The black and that showed up.
South Carolina factory just got released yesterday. Albeit I had upset with two songs, Diary of Jane, Ricky Benjamin. Surprised they chose a different Ricky Benjamin song. There is Ricky Benjamin, but it's Awaken. Don't get me wrong, Awaken's a good song in its own right, but I definitely would prefer Diary. I definitely prefer Diary of Jane. And number two one is how folks you saw back inside of the How was that not being that's this week? We had wrapped up the Egbert Mondays. You can probably tell I was not here last week because I was actually at London's Glen. Don't get me wrong, I had a great time. I had an absolutely great time in the Great Lakes. Seeing my first cup race at London's Glen. Technically our first but unfortunately the race really was not that great. It pretty bad. Basically, watching midfield was pretty dissatisfied with that.
I know what you want to do. To this one, to the no, tomorrow discuss that thing. And then we have
I mean, if you want to keep the same thing, the same thing next year, then fine, but eliminations and whatnot, but just get rid of what you're in. It's not that hard to get rid of what
for VIP, it should have been
to NASCAR.
that Wednesday.
It's almost impossible. So,
For premier, this coming
but
Wednesday.
yeah, enough of me rambling. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of more time for me to ramble later on in the stream. I appreciate you guys tuning in. 18 of you watching so far. I was involved in a sprint car crash. So yeah, in case you guys don't already know, Freeze was involved in a sprint car crash. Unfortunately, he is going to be out for quite some time. And well, just so happened to be a set of circumstances because it was already confirmed that Kid Honeycomb was going to switch to Toyota next season. And then him and Nice immediately parted ways. And the Constructors playoffs has been finalized as of yesterday. Right now, he continues to be Ryan Racing in the lead by about a half a second over AJ Allmendinger. Keep in mind, these two Americans they're tied for conference, so it really isn't much of a shock they're running pretty good so far. Yeah, Dylan has shot most spots he's had 14, but I would score 15, excuse me. But I keep an eye on RCR tonight.
All right, Ryan Preece still holding the lead.
Yeah, Riley Hurst is literally in last place.
Bush.
Yeah, Jesse Love is in this race.
Taking garbage and outside. Young kid.
Jesse Love and Riley Hurst got together.
Yeah, Lee, so far now, word from Chris Butcher about losing those 7 spots that Jeff mentioned. But Steve, if you're Scott Graves, his crew chief, clearly they're in a point situation here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Brooks will not be joining us tonight for this stream because he is currently right now on his honeymoon. Yes, he is staying next to Kentucky Speedway, which is pretty cool.
You can make yourself feel early, good early, or you can be in position late. And I think the trick is if you have a tire limitation of how many sets you get to go through. You're better off to save them for that final stage. That's when the most points are paid. That's when the trophy is given out. You just have to make sure you can stand the lead lap if someone else chooses that aggressive strategy. Take you back just a moment ago.
Yeah, it's going to be a long night.
And Riley, some contact.
35 went for almost over a spin.
Joey Logano saying, I got to go, boys. Like he was in the back of the 33 of Jesse Love. Like a little passage for me so I can sneak on through.
And Bush is already trying for the upside, but he's been going backwards so far.
The 31st. Racing under the lights here in Richmond. Glad you're with us.
All right, looks like everything's sorted out.
There's a place no back in the secret spot. A high performance hideout for cars that create chaos. The brakes, check. Locating, check. The spoilers so big, companies at picnic table. Oh, bet. Every apex we nail and the second we shake, all knowledge feeds right back into the rock. We've got fun. It is. We
Pod Blast sale of the summer has been extended. Save up to 25% on moving and storage until September 22nd. Whether you're relocating to your new home or renovating your current one, save up to 25%. Pods brings the container to you, and you can pack at your own pace. When you're ready, we'll take it to your new place or store it at a secure pod storage center until you need it. And you don't have to do the driving. See why Pods is the most awarded container moving company. Look at pods.com today.
Lilo at your service. Here to help you save hundreds by customizing your car insurance with Liberty Mutual. How would you go the other way? Only pay. Liberty. Away with no bum. That was beautiful. I love you. Right there. I love Wayne. You too. There it is.
Let's see. Yeah, I heard about that rumor or news about moving the All-Star race to Dover. Kind of a silly choice for the All-Star race. Especially since Dover doesn't have lights. Unless they have intentions of running a daytime race, then yeah, it's fine. But if it's a night race, yeah, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, just might as well go back to Charlotte
Japón is valid now
for old time's sake.
until
Ryan Priest out in front, but have a look at this.
9:05.
Arna and Drago. Denny Hamlin. And the progressive
Before
driver
or after
Cameron
the Labor
tosses
Day.
one of his drivers in Tyler Reddick from 2311.
My advice would be to follow. You are learning. The guy in front of you is learning aero at this racetrack and on short tracks in general. You can learn the
496.
So just ahead of Denny Hamlin is AJ Allmendinger, who runs in a fine second place.
That's right. Remember in pre-race I said that AJ was surprised by their qualifying effort, so I asked him why. He said, well, we haven't had a good car here in 10 years, so after all the races this year, I'm still trying to figure out what a good car means. So they still had questions after yesterday on how good the car really was. I think good is still running in that second position.
Byron's in.
what he needs in the car here at Richmond. Chris Gale after practice yesterday. Car really good. And we talked about people maybe splitting stage one and a half. Well, here you go, Steve. Greedy people making a call between William Byron down pit road with 39 to go in stage one. Very likely the scuff set of tires that he used in qualifying. Went on there for William Byron, who said he was really drifting on entry, way tight in the center. So he wanted to see for the other teams down pit road, Steve.
It's a little bit sooner than I thought they would come. I thought we'd be right at last 35, then at the middle as the 24 rejoins. One advantage here at Richmond is the way their road works. You actually don't lose as much time as you would just imagine. You lose about 29 seconds, 19 seconds rolling, 10 seconds on pit road. So you look at 29 seconds total, that's about a lap and a half, depending on where you're running, or just under a lap and a half. You see now Kyle Larson in the 5, coming to pit road, so this seems like a Henry Motorsports decision. Yeah.
Kyle Larson pitting from near the back of the field. Remember, they had a terrible qualifying effort where Brandon Hoyle left out. They will get a chance to so we're still trying to get that balance better for Kyle. So that definitely looked like a Henry Motorsports plan to split this stage in half.
Ty Dillon's going to take advantage of this strategy as well. You heard Jeff Burton talk in the pre-race show.
More drivers are pitting.
How confident Ty was about the speed of this race car this weekend. So we'll see how it works out here as they get their first set of new Goodyear tires on that car. As well, Kyle Busch now, who started back in the pack with a substandard qualifying performance, started 28th, was being chewed up.
Kyle Busch in.
Wrong direction as car falls over on the right rear, really loose on exit. Changes gear, including the 4 tires and full of fuel. Here comes Eric Jones from Legacy Motor Club. That car has been decent this weekend. They knew that they had to go forward and being in the back of the pack and take on this strategy as well, Marty. Splitting the stage in 2. He comes to a sliding stop and his stall hitting from the third position. I can't think of these are the qualifying spots. Going off the car to the car with way too tight.
Yeah, Austin Dillon already finished up his stuff and also qualifying studs on the green of Austin Dillon as we see him leaving pit road after that stop.
Good work from Denny Hamlin. He's got past AJ Allmendinger at the second, just prior to pitting. Here is Tyler Reddick and Dave's there.
So Tyler was a little bit loose on exit. That's why he was going backwards a little bit. But he was reminded early in the race what a good job he has done learning how to conserve tires. Billy Scott calling him in here halfway through stage 1. Austin Cindric coming down pit road. He described the entry as, quote, good, but the exit just okay.
60 cars staying out for now. Austin Cindric's in. 19, 35, 47. Coming in massive. Buster.
12 cars currently have yet to come to pit road. And I think that's really going to be the story. Are those 12 trying to save a set of tires? When I think of Apple 4, I think if you were going to put a set of tires on the middle of this stage, you could here 30 seconds faster over the course of 70 laps. But at the expense of a huge set of figures. Remember, when you get 8 sets for the race, you have to somehow make it 400 laps, Dave.
So road course ace, seeing that his verdict comes down pit road, the 88 will get 4 fresh tires. His crew chief told me that he believes and his ability to offer road course saving cars were going to help him here tonight. We'll see how far forward he can go. And then after a great run last week, a top 10 for Daniel Suarez at Watkins Glen. The 99 driver proves that on nights pit road, he'll get more fresh tires and Snowco fuel.
Right. 29 to go in, 30 to go in stage one. Denny Hamlin's about to unlap himself in the 60, and he does.
25 seconds behind race leader Brian Priest, with 29 laps to go. My man says he wins this stage easy. He unlaps himself, he drives completely around the racetrack, and passes the 60. Let's listen into the 60 of Priest. And with that caravan, and everybody pitting the caravan, it's now. Gucci said, hey, there, man, too late to get now. We're going to ride this out. So, Steve, to your point, they will have a set of tires over the entire field. Get a late race caution, and everybody's going through them. That could be a major advantage for this team. Yeah, so I don't think there's any way they're going to win the stage, but they should stay on the lead lap. So thank our friends at iRacing for this virtual Richmond Raceway. The leader, the white car, the yellow car, the chaser comes to the pit road. Let's speed it up about 3 times. The yellow car will stop in the pit box for about 10 seconds. Throw 4 tires on. The white car, the leader, comes around. Boom. Laps the yellow car. That's what Priest did to Hamlin. But now this is Hamlin, the yellow car. If you're going to reach you on the racetrack, I'll speed it up 5 times. I'll give you a hint. In about 4 laps, the yellow car on the fresh tires unlaps itself. That's the key. It looks complicated, but here you go. It's risky. You tell up at the top where it says -1 lap. That's the risk factor. Once he passes the leader, boom, that's where Denny Hamlin is right now. Back on the lead laps. That worked great for Hamlin. Now Byron Dillon, Cindric, Blaine, Barry, they're in that danger zone right now. They have to get by Priest to unlap themselves. Hamlin right now, he's all the way up to 7th and coming only what? 18 seconds back. Look at the pylon. Slicing the time off by the way. Two cars entering pit road.
54 with the penalty.
He will have to serve that penalty. Good work from Tyler Reddick to be able to leapfrog AJ Allmendinger in that cycle of stops. So that was good work from 23-11 following in Denny Hamlin's footsteps. And here is Reddick right on cue, following his boss. There's that time difference that Steve was talking about. Yeah, I think this is just inevitable. I think Denny Hamlin can easily drive out and win this stage. The only question is if he can keep Reddick behind him. The next car on new tires. 15.5 seconds behind the race leader, Ryan Priest, with 23 to go in this opening stage.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mobile. Now, I'm looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of another premium wireless for $50 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if you made these $15 bills. You know, screen, and saves you money. Maybe my face is on it. Maybe the back of my head as well. But it turns out that's kind of.
Yep, they sure are.
So here was my big idea for the commercial here. Now I have a lot of carrot burn.
Mia, I have house face value, meaning everything's just $6. But the breakfast foods combo, $6. French toast breakfast, $6.
Ty Gibbs is 37, 1 lap down. Cody Ware is 38, 2 down.
Bush guy, old and smooth survival skills. You can tell time by measuring the sun's distance from the horizon. Looks like happy hour. And for the mountains.
Your mental health is better. But having uncontrollable body movements called TD, total dyskinesia, can feel embarrassing.
I asked my doctor about treating my TD with
Ingrezza. Number 1 prescribed Ingrezza is clinically proven to treat TD, quickly reducing TD movements by greater than 5 times in 2 weeks. 90% of people were still satisfied with Ingrezza after 2 years, and you can keep taking most mental health meds.
Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden behavior, mood changes, or suicidal thoughts. Don't take Ingrezza if allergic. Serious side effects may include allergic reactions like sudden, potentially fatal swelling and hives, sleepiness, the most common side effect, and heart liver problems. Know how Ingrezza affects you before operating a car or dangerous machinery. Report fever, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, as these might be life-threatening. Shaking, stiffness, drooling, and trouble moving or balance may occur. Taking control starts with asking your doctor about Ingrezza. Triple knows that in the industry we all depend on, just like on the track, every turn matters. If you want to turn headlights into finish lines, then turn to Triple technology. Confidence at every turn. And you can learn more at triple.com. Racing under the lights, and the race is on for Denny Hamlin to catch race leader Ryan Preece, who has not pitted when we left you. The margin was about 15.5 seconds. Denny has halved that. Stevens down to 7. Yeah, the big challenge in all of these engineering synopsis are traffic, right? That's the variable. We know how much the cars fall off. We know how much faster you should go. You see in the upper left, only 18 laps on Hamlin's tires, 17 on Reddick's, who's right on the rear bumper of the 11. He's absolutely insane.
It's on the way. That's it.
The question is, all the cars in front. I don't think it's a question of if he will catch it, it's just when. But the variable in the equation is always traffic. Jeff, I'm going to come back to you and ask you about the driving aspect of Preece, but first let's check in with Marty. What you got?
Well, I wanted to show the right front that came off Jack Keselowski's car lead. He went the furthest of anyone. He went 42 laps.
Yeah, he is. And Chase Elliott. Both the 60 and 9 stayed out.
42 laps on that tire. Is that a concern with your Jeremy Mullins?
Actually, it's really not. I know it looks awful. I think that'll improve a little bit as the night goes on. It also improves a little bit the longer you run. I would be concerned if there was chunks missing, but just an actual little bit of cuts you see just in the tread. It's uncomfortable. And I'm not sure I would want to see it if I was a driver, but I've seen it before, and you can see the tire
Seems so.
right there measuring actually how much rubber is left on the tire. The battle continues for, I think, will eventually be the win of the stage between Hamlin and Reddick.
Hamlin just went to second. Hamlin, because it's all right. Road.
So many times here. Denny Hamlin just get to that yellow line as quickly as you can, trying to roll the middle. Tyler Reddick running the top, trying to kind of
I
dominate
feel
the
alive,
hitter high.
because it's all right. Whoa, it's all right.
Give us some more of those driving tips for Ryan Preece. He knows that his advantage is being swallowed up. How difficult is it to manage from where he sits? Well, he knows that he's going to get past. So what he's trying to do is
That it's all right. Oh, it's all right.
the leader drinking their lessons. Bubba's a second. They're coming. Trying to stay on the bottom, trying to not spin those grip tires. Reddick underneath the 11 hand. To replay what the boss did before.
Because it's all Reddick's right there, too.
Second, third, they're going to gobble up that 60 easily in the next 12 laps, and both the 11 and the 45 know it. It's a race to get the Preece, right? You want to get.
Oh, wow. They definitely closed up on that 60 car real quick.
So what is going to happen here? Is he going so slow? Oh, Hamlin in the wall.
Oops. Reddick's going for it.
Because he knew exactly what you were saying, Jeff. That if the 45 got to the left side of the 60, the 45 now the race leader.
And to the lead, Tyler Reddick.
Preece ended up being right there. For the first time today, we have a different race leader. Let's have a look at that and watch the all-blue progressive Toyota Camry of Denny Hamlin. This wall gets hit all the time. This wall just jumps out on you. When you leave turn 2, we went around the pace car the other day and showed you how tight this corner is. It is amazing how different it is in turn 4. You can get up there, and the next thing you know, you're just making contact. Now, this is going to sound crazy because it's costing him a stage win, but I love this call for Ryan Preece. I love this call for Chase Elliott, for Alex Bowman, for all of these cars here, 77, the 7, the 71, all 3 Spire cars. As long as you stay on the lead lap, which is going to be very difficult for the 7 and the 71, but if you stay on the lead lap and have a cycle of your tires, that final stage, you're going to come together. It's like winning the water. You're going to have more grip than the entire field by a huge margin. It was a big conversation prior to the drop of the green flag about tire conservation and the tire allotment. How many sets the teams had to play with here tonight, Marty?
And Lee, at this point, Chase Elliott just trying to hang on, but to Steve's point, they would be at a massive advantage with a few others later in the race if they get this extra set of tires and S's.
Go down.
Clear on the radio to spotter Trey Bull about the information he wanted and what he didn't.
I don't care about anything but what's going on with the people that are coming. On the other strategy.
Jeff, knowing you're at the tire deficit when you're driving behind the wheel, what kind of discipline does it take for Chase Elliott and all these other teams who have not stopped to not panic and say, hey, I know the
going to pay off later. I think that's what changed.
Yes.
Look, the only information I want to know right now
One,
is the
two.
guys that are coming behind me on tons of speed, with tons of speed. Just keep me informed on that. You pay attention to the strategy. I'm going to make as much lap time as I can on these old tires, and it'll be what it'll be. 7 laps to go. We'll see how this shakes
7 to
out.
go. Stage
So
1.
these two on the same strategy. This is their own private little battle here. So let's find out the other drivers and the Spire drivers with the lowest car on the strategy, the 7 of Justin Hayden. He is basically
Right back.
in the middle, exiting turn 4. Here's the race leader entering turn 3. So about the front stretch, 6 laps. That seems like more than enough time. But remember, Haley is slipping and sliding on these tires. You see on the bottom left, on the back. That 7 car for this strategy to pay can't lose a lap. Small moments in these races make a big difference. For Justin Haley, he's over this traffic. There he is, first car line that on black car. You see all this traffic? He's over this traffic. Slows down that leader in the 45. Now Bush way up the racetrack. He is back at 30th. This is not the start we expected from Kyle Busch. Great
There we go.
today in practice, fastest in practice, really good long run speed. But he has been going backwards. Here he is. Gets into turn 3. The car just never turned. Probably got loose on one entry.
Bush at the wall.
He's had to chase it up the racetrack. Good sight nonetheless. So we're counting down the laps in this opening stage. Bush tries to regain some positions and work his way back. Tyler Reddick now has a handy 2.7 second buffer over Denny Hamlin. Does this color scheme look familiar? And the sponsor, Chumba Casino, was exactly the same scheme as what his teammate Bubba Wallace won the Brickyard 400 in. Maybe some of that luck rolls on here in Richmond. Well, I don't call it luck, I call it performance. And it's the repeat performance of a year ago where he ended up winning this race. Austin Dillon's running 14th, qualified outside the top 10, settled in, put some laps off between strategy, execution, and pit stop. Austin Dillon up to 4th. That's a big win in stage 1 as you see the battle for second heating up between owner and driver, the 11 and Bubba Wallace. 23 Living Cousin performing great tonight. As Hamlin is pressuring Wallace, so the teammates. First and second. 1 lap to go in this opening stage, presented by Credit One Bank. Southern second, ran at the front. Priest kind of got an early advantage. Tyler Reddick and Denny Hamlin were on the same strategy. He came in. He was able to leapfrog AJ Allmendinger, who was running second early on.
Stage 1's going to be caution-free as Tyler Reddick wins stage number 1. What about Bubba Wallace in second? Denny Hamlin, Austin Dillon, Austin Cindric, Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, Josh Barrett, and Daniel Suarez round out your top 10. Well, staying out made the 9 and 60 fall out of the top 10.
When my doctor gave me Breztri for my COPD, I noticed things changed. Breztri gave me better breathing starting within 5 minutes. It also reduced flare-ups.
Breztri won't replace a resting inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri if prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if voice breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, bodily screening, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about Breztri.
We represent people who save their lives. That is how
You even drop this kiss.
your drug is the base burning still.
We do not surrender. Wait, still. Dying radioactive waste. They knew about it. They covered it up.
If you want to screw the people who screwed our planet, what does the human do?
The Rainmaker Fridays at 10 on USA. Screwed from the beginning up in our Great Valley from San Joaquin.
We work with soil.
We raise our children.
We invest in our communities.
And we hope to leave a lasting legacy. This valley is our home. And we all breathe the same air.
We want to say thank you.
Today, our air is much better than in the past.
And while we still have work to do together,
Through your efforts, our valley is cleaner than it has ever been. Visit valleyair.org/ourvalley to continue building a healthy future for all of us. Prices really are better at low Chrysler Dodge brand, where we offer dynamic pricing. The more vehicles we have in stock, the lower our prices. And we've got hundreds. Plus, we'll beat or match any competitor's price. Save on Wranglers, Chargers, Ram trucks, and more. Florida, Chrysler Dodge brand. Right off 99 Gilman, Florida, until 99 at 77 Church. Chrysler better at low price center, low Chrysler Dodge brand. Online at MotorCar.com. NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Credit One Bank NASCAR American Express card. Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Visit progressive.com. And by Toyota. Let's go places.
And I hope like to fade.
Chase Elliott 13th, and Alex 17th, the three highest finishers. Positions lost, but right there, extra set of figure tires that may pay huge dividends later in the race.
Wave of momentum for Bubba Wallace and his team coming in to see the top of your screen. He's at 3 and half the number tight in the center. Could be better there, but don't touch my injury. On the draft party.
Henry wides into Hamilton. He's way too free on that, and they have to come back to the right side to jack it up again for Denny Hamlin. The bigger issue day for Denny Hamlin. He thinks he'll right there totally. Second stage win of the year for Tyler Reddick. Under Fury, we got stage points heading for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Bubba Wallace was there's off pit road.
Really slick work. It was close there when Reddick left his pit box with Ricky Stenhouse. But it was Ryan Preece, the pole sitter for just the second time in his career, who led the majority of that opening stage. Will that extra set of tires come in handy later?
COPD is an ugly reality. I watch as this world just keeps getting smaller. But then, Trelegy helped us see things a little differently. With 3 medicines in one inhaler, Trelegy keeps airways open for a full 24 hours and prevents future flare-ups. Once daily Trelegy also improves lung function, so he can breathe more freely all day and night.
Trelegy will replace the rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor for some breathing, chest pain, other tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about once daily Trelegy for COPD, because breathing should be beautiful all day and night.
Skipping breakfast wasn't a big deal. Before, I got you. But now, Wendy's has Plus biscuits with the Honey Bunny chicken biscuit, so you'll never skip breakfast again. Okay, smart. Breakfast for a buck? Gotta be Wendy's.
Our nationwide network of parts and exceptional service are here to keep your business moving at full speed.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I'm looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if you $15 bills. You know, screen and saves you money. Maybe my face is on it. Back of my head as well. But it turns out that's very illegal. So here was my big idea for the commercial here, and now I have a lot of characters.
Welcome to Gameplays. Welcome to the live stream.
Well, that is Richmond Raceway. Just the single race this year, and the fans have shown up in force to enjoy a night under the lights. So while we're in this break between stages 1 and 2, while we're in the break, 2 drivers received penalties. Denny Hamlin, Ryan Preece. Denny Hamlin had a bad pit stop and had an issue, but I think actually the penalty on Preece is the 16th of Albany when he turned to Phoenix on NASCAR. Sunday 6. You know, the other 16, 17 sound the same. So it's the 1-6 of Albany here. So here's the 11. They had a bad pit stop. Now the Phoenix penalty kind of takes it away, but they still the coach will kind of, you know, just give you a heartache. Now listen to Jack right here. Now, all the teams today, time. Now, good job. odd and good recovery to go back and jack it up, but it was absolutely going to hurt. But then in the 11 had a speeding penalty after that, so that was the penalty. You see the pit crew, though, they don't care about speeding. They're frustrated that they had a slow stop. They know that they're expected to perform better, and they expect themselves to perform better. So just come back to that penalty on AJ Allison, a 16-team vehicle interference was the call.
For the restart.
Chase Elliott was also penalized. He's going to the back. So that's 3 cars that were prominent in the opening stage. Yeah, it's going to be you just spotted the entire field. We made such a big deal about Joey Logano starting last. Well, now these guys are where he is. Hey, 71 laps into the race. So, you know, the good news if you're the 9 is you resave the set of tires. Be thankful you didn't burn a set of tires if you're going to spot the field. But if you're the 11 and Danny Hamlin, you burned a set of tires and you still gave up every bit of track position. Same thing for Allmendinger in the 16, who was having an amazing day. Right there is the penalty on the 16. All right, get ready,
Remember, just like the 16. All right, stage 2. Here we go.
On that inside line, Reddick goes up around the outside. Whoa!
I think everyone scrambled back.
Got really wild and was there.
Yeah, did the 35 just ride the apron?
It's wild back there in the back. We see it every week.
All right, Bubba Wallace is pulling away.
Christopher Bell flying around the bottom. Looking his way around Tyler Reddick. Jeff, let's give some love to the Team Penske drivers of Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney. Logano up 23 positions, Blaney up 15. It's the opposite right there, running forward. And the Alliance car, 21, Josh Berry, he's moved up to 11. Daniel Suarez comes into the picture nicely in that old green 99, the Quaker State car. Daniel's coming off the top 10 from Watkins Glen last week. Really good to have all 3 Trackhouse cars in the top 10. And he's running well. He is inside the top 10, 7th at the moment. Strong Greg Kozlowski running really well lately. And several chances to win races this year. Just not been able to make it happen. Can he get it done tonight? I like the way this car looks. It's not long. Bill Submarine stop calm cam. Watch what he does on quarter exit. He's able to leave really low and straight. That's super important when you have a race like this, Steve, where you're trying to conserve tires. If the car will turn the middle and you can leave low, it saves those rear tires so much. Derek Johnson comes to Kosovo with Chris Buescher tucked in behind. And even though Chris went backwards at the drop of the green initially, he's trying to claw his way back and confirm his position in the playoffs in that 5th, number 17 for RFK Racing.
That chaotic first stage. Got Bowman and Buescher, Reese, all those guys in the tight point battle, especially Bowman and Buescher. Neither one of those guys got points in the first stage.
All right, so we got a little look ahead. You mentioned the big penalties. Denny Hamlin, the 11 had speeding, 16, 1-6 of Allmendinger, but also the 9 of Chase Elliott. So take a look at the top. The 19 of Briscoe coming to his box, the 9 of Chase Elliott entering his. If we pull it forward just a little bit, look at that orange line that's in front of the 9. That's a guide for Chase Elliott, right? So if we take this car right here, this 9 car right here, he needs to be basically over. So for him to be legal, he needs to be over all the way over there. You have to be able to see this orange line right here. That's the guideline for the 9 of Chase Elliott. He is way too far to the left. He is in the 19 box. That orange line is only a penalty when someone's in the box. That is exactly what happened to Briscoe. That is a great call by NASCAR. Unfortunate for the 9. Let's listen to the radio.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know what you're supposed to do in that situation. Unless you help me
gearbox on the exit of his pit box, then you can get in there deeper, and it makes it easier for the driver. Just a mistake there by Chase Elliott.
Top box, you're looking at Chris Buescher as he gets his way past the one of Ross Chastain. So Buescher at the moment has climbed his way car 17, position 17. Meanwhile, back up front, Bubba Wallace leads Christopher Bell. Then Tyler Reddick. Then Ryan Blaney, his teammate Austin Cindric. Cindric had some interesting comments this week, saying even though the results don't look so flattering of late, I think our team's never had better unity, and I know exactly what it is I have to do at this critical stage of the season.
Well, we've seen what Penske's done in the playoffs the last several years, right? We think, hey, they're not running very well in the regular season. Get to the playoffs, they find a way to win championships. So, Austin Cindric trying to get some of that magic that his teammates have had.
So just real quick, I mentioned NASCAR's call. So here's the orange line right here. You see this box. What that box is there for is this is kind of the view that NASCAR's cameras have. And if the camera can see that box, then they know the left side of the car is over the line. That box is really just an officiating box. That's the combination. I know it can be confusing, but that's the combination between the box and the line. So that can be, inspected by the camera system.
And those lines and boxes are used in kinds of an incident. They're guidelines, they're visuals for NASCAR to use when there's contact with a pit crew member or when a car is blocked getting in the pit road. That's when they're used.
Yeah, what's going on at 94 laps?
Tell us more about Christopher Bell, Dave.
Nice run so far tonight, leading for the driver, the 20, who won 3 races early in the 2025 season, has been looking to keep any momentum they can get as they head toward the playoffs here. As Chrissy Better-Stevens told me today, they thought their short track program would be as it has been, very good. And so a good pit stop by the team has Bell right where he needs to be, running down the 23 car. If they get a little free on entry, couldn't roll the 7 the way you wanted to, but they adjusted for that for this run.
Christopher was super strong here at Richmond a year ago. A 3-time winner this year. He led here last year. And then unfortunately, with a late race pit stop, got a pit road speeding violation and had to serve that penalty. And that kind of put paid to his chances. But here he is running in a super strong second. It's Toyota at the moment with Wallace, Bell, and Reddick. Under the lights here in Richmond. One race to go after this before the playoffs.
For presidents and moderators who are NASCAR audience, but that was pretty complex, so we came up with the kitchen line. Now, is this here country song about Chile's Presidente margaritas just a shameless way to sell Chile's Presidente margaritas? Yep, sure is.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Nobody likes a cracked windshield. But at least
Very easy.
SafeLight can come to you for free, and our highly trained techs can replace your windshield right at your home.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Get it fixed now and pay later only at SafeLight.com.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if you made these $15 bills. You know, it's green and saves you money. Maybe my face is on it. Maybe the back of my head as well. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there was no big idea for the commercial here. Now I have a lot of counterfeit money for it.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lager, the cold filter, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Sonic just made snack time official with $1 Snacky Hour. $1 corn dogs, $1 mozzarella sticks, and $1 salt pretzel twist every day from 2 to 5 p.m. Sonic Snacky Hour. Live free, eat Sonic.
Early stages of the second stage here in the Cookout 400. Let's take a look at the Toyota driver update.
because Toyota is well represented in the top three spots. Bubba Wallace, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, and then Chase Briscoe running in the top 10. And the best 5 Toyotas, Derek Jones, a little further back.
No real surprise to see these Toyotas up front. I said earlier that Reddick was probably the smart him to follow Denny Hamlin for a little while. Maybe Denny Hamlin's helped Bubba Wallace and Tyler Reddick a little too much. There's a lot of speed and Bell, of course.
Are you watching?
Yes, Mom. Reddick won stage 1. Bubba Wallace is leading right now. Reddick is third. Christopher Bell third.
Shane Van Gisbergen. Why are we going back here? Because he has won all these road course races. Everybody's talking about, can he advance in the playoffs? If you look historically, he's going to have to average about a 17th place finishes in round 1 with the points he's already earned. He only has one finish, the 17th or better on an oval this year. He is sitting here running 19th. I know people are saying, hey, 19th isn't very good, but if you think about where SVG was versus where he is now, and this is a very, very difficult oval. In my eyes, Dave, this is a step forward for SVG in this team.
And it's not like he's not trying, Jeff. We know he's super talented, and he is studying. Who did he study for this race? A lot of Denny Hamlin. Looked at all the data he could to find out how Denny did what Denny does each and every year at Richmond. So Stephen Dorr, the crew chief, told me they ran 42 laps in practice. The tires came out worn, but not destroyed. He knew how to take care of it based on the studying he's done, and he's done that so far here tonight, just struggling a little grip with overall grip. Christopher Bell's trying to really put the pressure to a different level on Bubba Wallace at the front of this field. You know, Bubba is just stringing together ever since his Brickyard 400 with really consistent, positive results. Spoke to him earlier today. He says, man, this is going to be fun out here tonight. And Jeff, when you're in that positive frame of mind, it's easier to have fun when you're driving like he's driving, right?
Oh, no question. And it's even easier to have fun when you're out front. Lead races, this is all Bubba Wallace has ever wanted to do. Unfortunately, it's all Christopher Bell's ever wanted to do as well. Christopher Bell is working a completely different line around this racetrack. This is why, for drivers, this is one of the most popular racetracks that we go to. Because the guy in front of you is doing something, you can do something completely different, trying to find your way around you. No better example than what's happening right here.
Well, one of his co-owners is the driver of the 11, Denny Hamlin. Tell us more about Denny, Marty.
Denny after that slow stop a moment ago. What was Denny Hamlin's reaction on the radio? Listen in.
Oh, no. Just copy that. I can tell from the jack drop. Just what's wrong already. Yep.
Steve, I love what Chris Gale said after that. He said, man, I wish I had some motivational speech for you, but you're just going to have to muscle your way through the field. And then he made the point to Gale, the longer we run, it seems like the better we get so far. Plus 11 after starting after that for Denny Hamlin. Now I get plus 12 as you go by Justin Haley there. But sometimes, Steve, you just got to make it work when you're in the back.
Yeah, and just remind everybody, you know, I know it was a slow stop, but he was speeding as well. So it could have been the fastest stop in the world. Now, I don't know if the slow stop created the urge to speed or if one led to the other, but either way the results are, he was starting at the back. But I agree, Marty. I mean, at some point, you just have to figure it out. Now, I will say, you know, for the 11, they now have to look at what's next. So I'll let your head start to spin again there, Dick. But if you're going to stop 3 times in this stage, you're about 5 laps away from the window. I don't think they have enough tires to do that. So I expect them to only stop twice. So I imagine they're going to come around lap 125. But Priest, the guy with the extra set of tires, he's going to stop 3 times. So here comes the 60th Priest on pit road.
He had been struggling, Steve. He restarted 14th. He had fallen back to 19th. So the car was not as good as it was before the end of that stage.
Thanks, Dave. Take it away.
But as you know, he's a wealthy man with that extra set of tires. So they are going to put on this set of tires here to start stage number 2. He said the car is way too free to run up in the high line. So he wasn't able to do that. By the way, I looked at the set of tires that came off of his car after the full stage run. And the team showed it to me. They put it up. They said they look really good. So Ryan's doing a good job of maintaining the good rubber on his car.
So let's go a little further back. But massive progress to the driver of the 22 Shell Ford for Team Penske, Joey Logano.
He started last for just the fourth time in his career. Where is Joey now? He runs in 12th.
Yeah, what a great comeback by this team. This is what we've been expecting and hoping with these tires, is they would present this opportunity for passing, and we're seeing it tonight. This is what happened in practice. They took off early and they were slowed. They feel like they had a tire going down the entire time. Finally, it failed. Contact, a lot of work they had to do to get this car ready.
Yeah, about to follow up about it. All the running on suspension.
Well, something is good driver.
He knew that it was going to be hard work for his mates.
I think that you could, Budiba, 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 Budiba.
Here's some toilet.
People line up.
Yes, I trusted in Xfinity Series, and now he's here. Basically, the Cinderella story if Cinderella goes to the Then there's John Hunter Nemechek, new kid on the block, all gas, no brakes. Oh, and Denny Hamilton. Ever heard of Daytona? He's won it 3 times. No big deal. We have a lot of drivers, all legends. You pick. You in?
Like when you book chocolate, races, chocolate.
It's part of life. Here at Xfinity, we want to do our part to keep one thing the same, with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. So no matter how your other costs change, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi, with our best equipment included, for a price that stays exactly the same.
Bush Guy, cold and smooth survival skills. If you encounter one wolf, chances are there's a pack nearby. Fortunately, the same applies to beer. Head for the mountains of
That way you gotta use the middle of the day. Chips and a drink for just $6.99. Or if you're big hungry, maybe football is only $3 more. Big hungry, is that a thing? That should be a thing. Find your first real new $6.99 meal of the day at Subway.
Okay, your home auto and business vehicle are all protected with Progressive. Nice. It is a bit overwhelming when your business and your family. Ooh, sounds like someone who's vacation. Or what? A vacation. Like taking a break from the stresses of life and work. I like when I'm logging everyone's hours, so I can just sit for a while. I like when I'm making a delivery in my van and a song comes on that I like. So like when I take my work van to the car wash and it's all quiet and that's cool for like 5 minutes. So if we go away, take pictures and I don't know, I think they're everywhere.
Back in Richmond, under the lights of Bottle Lights continues to lead the way, that there has been a change while we were away, and that change is for second place. His teammate Tyler Reddick has got Christopher Bell. Let's go for a ride with Reddick now, but thanks to Xfinity Mobile.
Just pushers in. And Bubba's been up front for 50 laps now.
Chase Elliott on pit road. They too kind of coming in this window to get twice here in stage 2. Remember, they still would have the advantage if they did that with another set of tires. Alan Gutson moving from the lead pit road down. Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin coming down pit road. Terrific progress from Hamlin at the very end of that run. The strength of the 11 car is exactly what Chris Gale said on the longer run, and a much cleaner start for the 11 was this time.
On the walls on the top is the leader currently, but this guy, Ryan Priest, because of that early pit stop, is going to have a huge advantage. He had to do his tires earlier, and I'm just telling you, watch this 60. New tires feel good, Jeff. You said it's the best thing for a race car driver, but it's like driving through chaos right here. As you look ahead, they're 2 and 3 wide in the middle of stage. Everyone's going by, and now he gets the pass people, Dave. Quarter new tires, no fuel for Shane Van Gisbergen and SVG, learning the short ovals, getting better. 4 tires here to send him back on his way. More medals for the team. You can see also Eric Jones coming off in the 43 car. His car was pitting there, and Tyler Reddick was going to pit, but they said, you're right near him, so don't pit now. The 43 is in. Come up for one more lap. Here comes Reddick after that. Reddick said he's about a little better way through 3 and 4. If he can clean that up, then they'll be ready to go. The kudos to here, Marty.
Brad Kozlowski coming down pit road. Austin Cindric
All right,
hitting
45's in, so it's number 6.
really good on the long run. And he told Jeremy Rollins, he said, listen, I'm managing it as best I can, but I'm way over-rotating the entry and the exit of the corner. A little bit longer stop there for the 6th. Also, you saw Cindric flash by him as well. We've run in the top 5.
Loose off 2, loose off 3. I guess the 8 is still loose. They'll make more adjustments for Kyle Busch, who's won here so many times. He had that good feeling yesterday in practice. Wasn't able to convert it yet. We'll see what happens.
Well, Kenny was long as the 23s were running. I'm wondering if he's not thinking about trying to eliminate the green flag stop here to save a set of tires. We saw how just painful that could be, kid.
Yeah, so Ryan Blaney felt like he put a little free all the way to the
Ryan Blaney's in. Rocking a new body armor car tonight. Bubba Walsh comes in.
Was able to unlap himself, and he now runs in 4th place. Kim.
Wallace to the attention of his crew. He said the car is neutral, but it's finally something for the center. I think it's much better. Of course, our senior tires still go real, Marty.
William Byron, I tell you what was so funny about the so impressive about their run was the end of the run speed. With a Rudy Chico told him at one point, even the fastest car for 5 straight laps. Keep it up. So people making that call, they got to run longer here in stage 2. Kyle Busch coming down pit road as well.
Penalty, too fast in the rain.
Speed on pit road. On the green flag, it's a pass-through penalty. Got to go all the way down pit road with no stop. It's not been a fun night for the 6-time winner. And look who is at the front. That early pit stop. That's how big of an advantage it is. He went from basically the back of the pack to the front of the pack with about 15 lap pressure tires.
It's another mistake for Kyle Busch.
He's going to pass the 60 right here. Probably has a little bit of pressure tires. But remember, this Priest was 13 seconds back of the leader. Came to pit road on the early side. He made a 13 seconds. It's just unprecedented tire fall off. People want a tire fall off, but we have
There's Austin Dillon.
negative to that. He pitted early, but here's the 3 of Austin Dillon. Pitted about 10 laps after he did. So he has blood pressure tires, easily passes. Look at that gone. Remember what he told out Dave Burns in the pre-race show, Austin Dillon. He feels good. He got that controversial win here a year ago, only to have his playoff berth taken away and points penalty, etc. But the driver of the 3 feels he can duplicate that win here tonight. We'll see. So much longer to go, and look at this traffic. Bell was running so well at the end of that stage, and just look how this has cycled. Look at the mess in front of this 20. All really good position. The 71, the 2, the 48, the 5. All 3 wide, working on 4 wide. Yeah, there you go, 4 wide. There you go. Todd Kimball it down on the low side. Ty Gibbs was stuck in the middle. Austin Cindric, Alex Bowman was there. Justin Haley's having a decent night. He's trying to work his way through. Oh, Ty Gibbs, he was just hoping not to get run over out there on old tires. Look at this racing. So the order is Austin Dillon. Daniel Suarez now has got like 3 Soto as Tyler Reddick and Joey Logano. Again, that's Logano from 38th and last to 4th place. What an incredible run for the driver of the 22. Then Bubba Wallace, then Ryan Priest, Chris Buescher, Kyle Larson, Austin Cindric, and Christopher Bell on screen in that yellow number 20 in the top 10. What a night here in Richmond. We knew it was going to be frantic. This has been awesome. The tire fall is giving us some phenomenal racing.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. Here at Xfinity, we want to do our part to keep one thing the same, with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. So no matter how your other costs change, You get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same.
Want the truth to come out.
See how far the rabbit hole goes. Who are we talking about? The next president. So guess what happens next? The SVU Conspiracy Cases Marathon. Tomorrow on USA.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. With SUVs for life's adventures, trucks as dependable as the people who drive them, EVs to charge up a summer of no limits, and American legends that need no introduction. This summer, Chevy drives America.
Now, well-qualified buyers get 0% financing. That's a total value of around $11,000 for current Chevy owners on this Silverado. See your Northern California Chevy dealer. Color Bigway. Big with a law.
89 laps to go in the second stage here at the Lookout 400 at Richmond Raceway. Under the lights. Welcome back, Lee Giffey, Steve Letard, Jeff Burton. We have got the 23-11 duo back in the top two positions in this race. Tyler Reddick leads teammate Bubba Wallace. Austin Dillon has slipped to third.
Tons of strategy, people pitting early, people pitting later, but for sure, Tyler Reddick, Bubba Wallace, those two all day, all night long have been up front.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it now, there's a few differences, 13 to 20, right? But other than Freeze way down at 17, the rest I'm going to call is kind of in the noise, right? They're all in the same strategy. So I agree with you, Jeff. I think Dillon has a really great car. Both 2311 Toyotas have shown up. Don't sleep on Joey Logano, who's gone from back to fifth. Not to mention Penske teammate Cindric right behind him, Penske teammate Blaney right behind him in fifth, sixth, and seventh. Bell, Busch, and Keselowski. The storylines are endless, but I think the running order right now is a pretty good snapshot of who we think has some of the best cars.
Buescher struggled early. He was falling backwards. They made their race car better. Good job on pit stops. Good job on strategy and making adjustments. They got themselves back in this game.
We have been remiss to give a shout out to the driver of the 5, Kyle Larson. Yes, started 30th, and he has made his way all the way up to 14th. That is good progress. Cars.com Chevy.
Now right in front of him, the 11th of Hamlin, up 23 spots since that pit road speeding penalty. So, through the field.
Is the monster on board from Ty Gibbs looking back at his teammate?
Well, the drivers wanted tires that fell off, and they wanted options. And I believe Goodyear's delivered, and I think that cars can move to the field. You know, I think cars like Denny Hamlin has driven, without a lot of tricks, driven his way inside the top 15.
Okay, Michigan, I just got to applaud the amount of effort that they have put in the last 18 months to just continual push and come up with new technology that we never thought we would need in this racing. But the tires, the rubber soft as we have ever had in NASCAR racing. It is wild how soft they are. They have done a great job of listening to the industry, of working with the industry to create this type of racing. I want to applaud them.
You may remember last year here at Richmond, there was an option tire. The right side tires here tonight from last year. Left sides are a little bit harder. Let's we kick it off with Dave Burns. Dave Burns?
Tyler Reddick looking good right now. Talked to crew chief Billy Scott about his technique at this track. He said he used to be a guy that charged so hard into the corners. A couple of years ago, Tyler Reddick fixed that. Guess what else? That helps save your tires if you roll the center very nicely. He's done it so far here tonight. He leads him.
Running pit after starting from the rear and was very honest and we had a lot of questions that were unanswered in practice due to the tire failure. He actually went back on adjustments and those were we had in this race.
a moment ago, Jeff mentioned Chris Buescher. He was in the top at that point. They have indeed made the car better, but this is the penalty. They pit window. They did it like 5 or 6 times before everyone. And he's paying the price right now. The car is better for Buescher, but he's losing spots on those over tires.
The price that Ryan Preece is paying, he knew best pit stall. He has more tires at this point, fresh tires than the rest of the field. So they'll take another set here. Crew probably going about their work. He knows he'll be out in the mix when he gets out of here. And Steve, I guess you have to wait for it to rotate back around.
Just going to let it cycle. I would say I feel like that cycle was a net loss. He was 13 before the last pit stop. He was 15 before this pit stop. I would have expected him to cycle the other way. So, we'll wait and see. Like I told you, what the variable is is traffic. Maybe he's got positive traffic. 2 seconds to go by and blink of an eye. I know we've said it multiple times. I want to re-emphasize how fast this 22 car is.
Oh, yeah.
He pitted on lap 123, the same as Austin Dillon. Ryan Blaney behind him, 129. So Blaney was much fresher tires. Logano able to hold position. Keep your eye on this 22 if they can keep up with the racetrack changes. They will contend to win this race.
Same traffic, Steve. Here it is. Look at this. This is classic Saturday night short track racing.
So you hear that radio? I think that's interesting. That's a spot right there. So think about the chaos. Right? We haven't had a lot of yellows for he said this. We've watched the pit cycle now a couple times. Jeff, I can't imagine like behind the wheel. Who's on what tires? Who am I racing? Is this a position? Should I expect the race to be harder? Like what kind of information can I help you with? The only thing I need is somebody behind me on much fresher tires. Right? Because I'm in the middle of this battle. I'm trying to stay abreast of what's in front of me. If somebody's coming behind me 3 seconds faster, they're going to get there before I ever know it. So I need to know that. But the rest of it is just focus ahead.
Think about how frustrating this is for AJ Allmendinger at the 16 right there. And his best qualifying of the year was running as high as second. At first pit stop, there was a car interference penalty that put him back down a lap, but he still remains a lap down.
We'll take a little snapshot. 5 seconds from Logano to Reddick, about 4.4 to Wallace, if you do the math. Blaney right behind him.
I have about 13-ish to 15-ish until we see these guys pit again. Let's just see in that 15-lap window if Logano can take some of that lead that the 2311 Toyotas have built up.
Let's give a shout out to a guy who's enjoying the rides that he has left in his Trackhouse Chevrolet, and that's Daniel Suarez. Suarez in the 99 runs in 6th place. Again, reiterating the top 10 performance last week. Really good for him and his teammates. And this Quaker State Chevy has been in the mix pretty much, Jeff, all night long.
Yeah, he talked about the challenges leading this team next year, trying to keep everybody focused. Justin Marks, the car owner, has talked about Daniel's commitment and also Justin's commitment to end this relationship strong. He talked about how much respect he has for Daniel Suarez and how much Daniel has for Justin. So we love to see a team staying together even though they've announced a change.
Look at this. This is good stuff on the outside of Cindric. They're trying to get by Austin Dillon. Dillon got a little loose there. Cindric has the inside option. Here's the monster view from Ty Gibbs. And now Cindric's easily cleared. It's 3 wide. With Suarez trying to get the advantage, but Gibbs has been making life extra difficult for him. With Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon is getting shocked a little bit. Finally able to do it. So new order is ready. Wallace, Blaney, Logano, Cindric, Suarez, Dillon. Then Christopher Bell. Then Chase Briscoe, who's just quietly sneaking his way forward in the top 10 in 9th. Then William Byron and Denny Hamlin. For all of the issues earlier in this race, the driver of the 11, the Virginia native, is in 11th place.
It's been a fun summer, but back to school is finally here. Make sure you get a free 5G phone and real unlimited data from Straight Talk, so you can show grandma their new sneakers. Stream the last lap of the race, and order some last-minute school supplies while the kids enjoy the last moments of summer. Switch to Straight Talk and spend less on wireless with a free 5G phone on us, on America's most reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, official partner of NASCAR. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart.
Meet the IHOP House Faves value menu. Everything's just $6. Like the breakfast faves combo, $6. French toast breakfast, $6. $6 for all this and all that. That's a lot of breakfast for $6. Weekdays at IHOP.
When flight prices dropped, Vic could finally book his midlife crisis.
What you want to do is save hundreds with Liberty Mutual customized car insurance.
That's great, but can you ask your friend to stop digging into the green?
I can ask. But he's not going to. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. For some salt pickle, we sell a masterpiece. A side smasher who grill those pickles in Dilly Ranch, tangy pickle tots, and a pickle slush with pickle flavor bubbles. It's called the Big Bill Meal, and it's a work of art.
Want the truth to come out?
See how far the rabbit hole goes.
Who are we talking about? The next president?
So guess what happens next?
The SVU Conspiracy Cases Marathon, tomorrow on USA.
You can spend all Saturdays on A-rides and pumpkin lattes. No, all Saturdays are for college football. Spectacular! So you can watch the Leafs trash, or you can watch this live on NBC and Peacock.
You saw it non-stop at home or wherever you're watching our coverage tonight. There's been a change at the front again. It's Bubba Wallace in the 23 back at the front. Let's go for another ride with his teammate. Have a listen, and then Jeff's going to tell you exactly what Tyler Reddick's doing.
One of the massive challenges at this racetrack with this many laps on tires is maintaining the rear grip. You want to go, just jump on that throttle, go wide open quickly, but you can't do it. If you do it, you're going to kill the rear tires, burn them right off the car. Watch the exit of turn 4. You can spin the tires all the way to the start-finish line, barely in the gas. He's on the straight, and he's still start-finish line, cannot go wide open throttle. He is managing these rear tires. This racetrack, it demands a lot from the driver to find a way to carry speed, roll the center, second car turn, but then how do you modulate the rear spin? It's all throttle. Look, partial throttle, half throttle, three-quarter throttle, never, just right at the very end, is wide open throttle. That is how challenging this racetrack is.
That's teammates side by side for fourth. Blaney is up to third. The other Penske car, Logano, who did come a little bit early. He's trying to nurse those tires. Cindric making it work as he's battling the 22. These two running side by side, late inner run on slippery tires, trying to show respect, but also trying to, everything you just said about Reddick, that's what Cindric's trying to do now on the inside of Joe Logano, like so gingerly go to that power.
I know their teammates, but this is one of the most difficult passes in all of NASCAR. Get by that 22. Joe Logano is a master at making it hard to get by him. He'll be respectful, but he ain't going to give it to you.
You know, when you look at Joey's signature and all the Racing Insights rankings, defense is the highest one he has. He is Mr. Defense. 3 wide. We're going to split the 41. Here comes Priest on those new tires. Remember, he's on a little bit different pit cycle. He's going to try to just get lap. Look how much more grip those new tires provide for that blue car for Priest. Wow, look at that. And he's doing what he did before, is he'll climb his way through this field. At the moment, Ryan Priest is back at 27, and he's running in the high 24-second range compared to everybody else in the 25 seconds per lap. All right, take a look for your driver in the pylon, because in the next 4 or 5 laps, pit road is going to be chaos, and we're going to see where everybody goes. I look over there, and instantly I see Hamlin up to 8, Byron and Briscoe right here in 10th and 11th. Right behind them, Keselowski, Barry, Larson, SPG, a good run, Jones, Bowman, Zane Smith, Chase Elliott from that penalty. There's kind of your inside your top 20. Get that mental snapshot, because this pit cycle will jumble it up, and it's hard to figure out who's good and bad in these cycles because of this short track. It doesn't just kind of happen so quickly. And on cue, here it comes Bowman on pit road, being chased behind number 1 of Chastain. Dave.
Alex Bowman will get new tires and fuel. Car took off well, the driver said. Now tight at the 2 thirds mark,
and it's worse along the straightaway. Chris Buescher also in.
And Buescher on pit road, Dave, hitting on the early side of the cycle once again. So 56 to go here in stage 2. Going to be a long run for Buescher, who's had a good car on the early part of the run, but struggled with the late run, Dave.
And as Suarez now brings the Quaker State car to pit road, and it was very consistent. They asked them to keep that consistency up. It helps them run longer when they know that the tires are going to stay on the car.
It'll be interesting to see if that 99 right rear look good. You don't love to see the wheel nut still engaged with the jack drops. We'll keep an eye on that. Here comes the 3 Dylan, Kim.
Yeah, last year's winner had been neutral early in the race, finally complaining of a little bit of a tight position. Air pressure doesn't try and free him up just slightly, Marty.
Jeremy Bolins told Brad Keselowski, we're going to be on the early side of this window because clearly we've lost a little bit of speed. And then Keselowski came back and said, we've also not gained on the exit drive at all. We need to make a big swing at that, Jim.
And as Joey Logano comes down to make his stop, he complained this time about the right rear falling off during that run, so just looking for a little bit more longevity. On the flip side of that, the 21 of Josh Berry, saying he was plowing tight, Marty.
A bit of a frustrating run for William Byron. You see pit road pretty busy right now. Byron at one point said, the car is not doing what he wants, especially in traffic. Meanwhile, Chase Elliott still trying to get his track position back after that penalty on the early stop of the day. Car's been a little bit too free for Chase Elliott. And yes, Denny Hamlin back in the game. Austin Cindric also running in the top 5. He comes down pit road. But as we mentioned, Hamlin back in the game in the top 10. But another long stop for the Auburn team. They've had a second one here, Dave. This one's going to cost him as well. You see the team frustrated as Hamlin leaves pit road.
Tyler right now hits his marks. He's hoping for a little bit better, but he's hoping for better tires as well. These were scuff tires. That's one of the reasons why his car was running loose. He couldn't get into the corner anywhere near the bottom, Marty.
Kind of quiet but very productive night of Steve Wallace on pit road for Chase Briscoe. The car very good for Briscoe. They've been so good, especially on the long runs here.
Wallace leaving on the jack there. Still no major complaints. Full tightness underneath the cup.
Can't help but think about that stop from Hamlin in the 11 team was 5 seconds slower and more costly than some of the others around him. Let's have another look at it. Yeah, let's see exactly what happens. I think it was on the left side mostly. Jumped around. Right side was good. Left side up. Oh, an issue basically the left front just won't come loose. The gun is engaged. You see, I don't know if the trigger was swapped and he was tightening it instead of loosening it, or it just was really, really tight and didn't want to get loose. And look at this right here. SVG. Oh, no. And the 47 of Stenhouse, a little bit of contact. Not bad, though. Good job by Joe's drivers to get going. Oh, Reddick! What has happened to a guy that has led 41 laps in this race? That caution comes where some people have not hit it yet. This will shake the field up even more than it already is. Anyway, Kyle Larson's the big winner because he had yet to come to pit road. But what happened to Reddick? Yeah. Let's have a look.
Cameron pit. Caution.
There goes Ryan Springs up behind it.
Caution.
Behind it. Ty Gibbs tags him. Ty Gibbs was wrestling with Daniel Suarez and tags Tyler Reddick.
Caution.
I think that wrestling match is what caused it.
Caution. There's a caution.
Yes. Oh. Whoa. Caution, Reddick. Whoops. That's our first incident. First caution for incident.
What a great car for the 45. There you go. Top right of your screen. Right, Jeff? Doesn't it look like absolute contact between the 99 and the 54? It's hard to tell from that angle, to be quite honest with you, but as loose as the 54 got, it's hard to imagine there wasn't some contact, but it's not clear that there was. And look who got a perfect view of that, Logano, right there. Here's what it looked like for Joey. Tyler Reddick doesn't care. All he knows is he got red. Yeah, exactly. He's going to be mad at somebody. It doesn't matter. You mentioned it, though. How about Larson? Who had yet to be a huge, huge break for Kyle Larson. Also a huge break for Kyle Busch. Last part will be lap currently, and he was not having a good night. Maybe this is the break that will give the 8 a chance. Dave.
Crew communicating back to
Damn, they found my secret pace.
NASCAR
I must have a trainer in my army. Let's take care of these scouts, get the gold coins, and then build our crop.
Right side first, and then to the left side. So the leader of 41 laps and the winner of stage 1 in trouble here at Richmond.
Here's the view from Daniel Suarez. There's contact there for sure. But one thing to note is Ty Gibbs had much older tires than Daniel Suarez did. So Daniel made this misjudge the speed difference with Ty's older tires.
Now Larson's going to be the leader.
We talk about the strategies and how chaotic that can be. You know, these closing rings are huge. And the 99 knows he's stuck behind the 54. And if the 45 is not out there, he can move the 54 out of the way and goes by. That 40 laps older tires on Ty Gibbs' car right there. So you know he's way slower than Suarez. Here comes Kyle Lawson, keeps there.
Yeah, he said too tight in the center. I think it's hurting my long run. Cliff Daniels, the crew chief, saying we're going to do an air pressure adjustment and another adjustment to free you up. Likely we made the wrong adjustment last time, and that's why you got too
Your
tight.
body's fine now.
So Ryan Priest will come down for another set of tires on the 60. The last run, which explains, Steve, I think you were talking about, just that he wasn't as good as before. The car was very, very loose, so they've been working on getting that car better. Marty.
An interesting call here for Scott Gray. He's trying to do something a little bit different. He brings Chris Butcher down pit road. They did pit just a few moments ago, 12 laps, or actually 11 laps ago. Butcher pitted, so bring him down here for some fresh Goodyear tires. We'll see what he can do with 46 to go at the stage today.
Kyle Busch said in the last one it fired off well. Now it's getting loose again. And when they get to the later stages of every run, that 8 car just seems to go way loose on the drive.
Thanks for that, Dave. Let's have another look at what will keep us talking for quite some time in your field. The Tyler Reddick, wrong place, wrong time.
But it's lucky the damage wasn't worse.
The ultimate BMT or the all-pro sweet onion chicken teriyaki with 58 grams of protein. And now Subway MVP Rewards members can buy any foot-long in the app and get 40% off. Do them now in the Subway app.
You can get this fixed now and pay later. You can get this fixed now and pay later. And this, get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLife.com.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
You think this is the other way, but it turns out they don't think they should.
Hey, what's going down?
This is a big plus. It's the time to track it out. I need a win. He drove the pretty.
Starting pictures in order to control down your day block.
Trust the Chevrolet certified service experts today.
No one knows a vehicle better than our factory trained technicians.
They're right around the corner and ready to lend a hand.
See your Central Valley Chevy dealer. The best selection of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. Unmatched savings. The best rates available since Chase Chevrolet opened our doors in Stockton in 1944. You bought into our way of doing business and made us your #1 Silverado dealer. Now, our way works even harder for you, giving you more for your trade, helping you find payments that fit your budget. A hassle-free buying experience with personalized service every step of the way. Come see us today at Chase Chevrolet. Buy into it.
Trust the Chevrolet certified service experts today.
No one knows a vehicle better than our factory trained technicians.
They're right around the corner and ready to lend a hand.
See your Central Valley Chevy dealer.
Still under caution here at Richmond in the Cookout 400. And so much has happened so far, Marty, and we're not even halfway yet.
Boy, for Denny Hill on another bad pit stop. This one not as costly as he will restart 13th. Here's what happened on pit road. They said that the left front was over tight. And Steve Lester explained that in just a moment. Took a few tries to get that left front off. Here's what Hamlin said after that stop. Our car is exceptional, Steve. If you can just help me out on pit road and just execute. That's all I need.
Yeah, these single mugs, you want to have them tight. If you stay on them too long, the aluminum can stay with right temperature. They get over tight. They don't want to come off. Let's get ready. It's time to bring the action here.
Here we go. Back to green.
Bobby Wallace leads the field to green. Daniel Suarez on his flank. Then you got the Penske guys. Low side Logano, flanking the high side. Way up high. It's Ross Chastain, making it 4 wide. 4 wide and crazy.
Whoa.
And Keselowski. Here comes Grace in the blue and white 60.
I think Chastain went 4 wide.
See on the left. Reese, Larson, fresh tires. So the blue and white car all the way top of 4 wide. Look at that. The white roof.
Damn, look at that. 4 wide.
Let's go advantage William Byron. He had a great run on the low side. And it's Christopher Bell in the middle. They're relentless. They are reluctant to give up their track position. This is awesome. And Price is trying to find an opportunity. Jim, just open the door somewhere for me. Let's try and let me by.
Nowhere to go. It's not something he expected coming into this race. 3 wide at Richmond. What he's got to try to do is just carry enough speed on the exit of turn 4.
Oh, caution, 51.
And now this is getting to that point. Remember, every driver in free range talked about how many sets of tires they have. This isn't a new law. 8 sets has been the standard. But these tires lose grip quicker. They fall off quicker. So you would like to have 4. They don't. They are run the same amount. They put it back in the team's hands on how to manage those 8 sets. In my day, yeah, this be brand new Goodyears. I wouldn't have to worry about it. In today's racing of only 8 sets, all these teams do it coming in and they have to manage it. So it'd be interesting to see if everybody thinks they need to get tires here at 39 still.
First car 1 lap down was SVG. We saw the trouble he had on pit road. That cost him a lot of spots. He's been running top 17 most of the night. This will get him back in the lead lap. Let's see what happens to Cody in the back of the pack. We saw that 3 wide action. 4 wide action.
Contacting the 33.
Did not work back here.
Maybe got a little help from John Hunter. Need to check here. I would agree. It's ready to do.
Back ready for me at this team.
Think about the night for this team. Coppers led 81 laps. Tyler Brett led 41 laps. That is a super productive night thus far for 23-11.
Pit road open, no takers so far. I had a hard time thinking you can get here. I think it really depends on kind of where you're at. There's a lot of it that you see. First car way back in the field. Looks like the 43 of Jones. That would probably be something that kind of changes the chance of the day. He's running 22nd. 9 of Chase Elliott also coming to road. He's 24. Brett also. I'm sure
Also, Mom, the old signals for the crossing at Shaw Avenue in Fresno are gone.
Yeah, here's a couple of teams that do have that extra set of tires that did not hit in stage 1. Chase Elliott and Carson Hosen are among them. You see the Elliott team have a little bit of trouble with that right rear. So Alan Gustafson making that call to bring his driver down pit road, Dave, seeing if they can gain this track position back before the end of the stage.
See Eric Jones on and off the pit road, and meanwhile the 45 of Tyler Reddick comes back in for the little things that you can do that race car. Steve and Jeff, you get it perfect, driver can drive it again. If it's just a little bit off in areas you could have fixed, I'm sorry about that. And it's a great view. You see this crew member right here. What he's doing is sealing the hood to those hood vents. That seal around there is a big downforce generator. You don't want to leak air. That would look pretty, but don't look too bad for a short track car. As we fast approach the halfway mark of the Cookout 400. When we come back, we'll go back to racing.
Shake this up a little bit.
Comes fifth, the Houston Connell
in shape when you order the McDonald's meal.
Your mental health is better. But having uncontrollable body movements called TD, tardive dyskinesia, can feel embarrassing.
I asked my doctor about treating my TD with
Ingrezza. #1 prescribed Ingrezza is clinically proven to treat TD, quickly reducing TD movements by greater than 5 times in 2 weeks.
Yep, I just see now how 5 of the constructed columns now. That's 5 of 6 already.
Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden behavior, mood changes, or suicidal thoughts. Don't take Ingrezza if allergic. Serious side effects may include allergic reactions like sudden, potentially fatal swelling and hives, sleepiness, the most common side effect, and heart rhythm problems. Know how Ingrezza affects you before operating a car or dangerous machinery. Report fever, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, as these might be life-threatening. Shaking, stiffness, drooling, and trouble moving with balance may occur.
taking control starts with asking your doctor about Ingrezza.
While we still are under caution, I remind you that we will have a post-race show as we do each and every week. We're back to racing here in Richmond. Bubba Wallace leads the field. Look at Ryan Priest right around the outside in that blue and white RK4. He tried it earlier and then eventually got blocked, but he made up positions there.
Ryan Priest going forward.
Stretching their legs down the back to turn 3. Again, 3, 4, 5, 5. Alex Bowman at 48, Kyle Larson at 5. They also have a tire advantage. Larson on the inside. There goes Kyle Busch up high in the 8. Larson sticks his way through a little bit. He was a benefactor of that caution.
Oops, spin. Up there goes the 19. Oh, wow, huge crash. Damn, traffic. Chase Elliott's in it. The 9 car's wrecked. Damn, Chase Elliott's wrecked hard. Justin Haley's in it.
Justin Haley. Justin was in position to take advantage potentially late in the race.
Oh, well, we got to win anyway. Yeah, Chase Elliott's done for the night.
A lot happened. There was a wreck again in the backstretch that kind of kept going. Yeah, there's going to be a lot to unpack. You see a lot of damage cars. That's it for Chase Elliott. AMR safety team on the spot, super quick as they always are. But what happened tonight? We didn't really get a good view of that. Yeah, so that 19 middle left, he comes off from the corner behind Kyle Larson. Busch and Chastain hit. That gets some smoke home from Keselowski. Briscoe goes down right at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, Chase Briscoe got turned by the 8.
Start of the record. 19 of Briscoe now spinning. Relevant all these cars wrecking right here. What I don't understand is we're getting out of
Kyle Busch just took him out.
Nothing nefarious, but that's what gets the 9 back across the racetrack because the 9 is way back in the middle of this mess. He's right behind Justin Haley. Yeah, so watch the 19 spin, and now the 88 makes heavy contact with him. The 6 going in here, so we just keep watching this accident. 21 goes by.
The 11 got a piece of the.
Here comes the 7. And right
Boom.
there, out of the screen left was the 9 to Chase Elliott. That's why we didn't see it the first go. It's the Busch on board.
Here's the view from the 8.
Busch caught Elliott at the worst in the last second. He just doesn't, he's coming left, the 9's coming through. Here you go. This is the start of it. Watch the 8 car way up the racetrack, and then he and the 1 converge right here. That's where it all starts. And then Kyle Busch into the back of the 19, who was trying to get underneath the 5, and then just all these guys. They know where to go. I agree with you, Jeff. I think the 19 was looking inside the 5. It's 5 block a little, which checks the 19 up, and then the 8 kind of hits it from behind. Watch this line wall, Brad. Tons of contact. I was talking to, look, there's a great look at that. What a hit. Big hit. Yeah, Myron got so here we go, right? The 8's got damage. The nose is smashed.
he gets right into the 9. And Chase Elliott has completed all but one lap this year. That incredible streak to come to an end.
That's a good card to short. Hope so much for win tonight.
He looked like, I'm telling you, from Chase Elliott's point of view, he's like, I'm done. I got to do it. There's some contact, but we're okay. Everything's going to be fine. Right here, he thinks he's in great shape. Then he and the 8, they make contact in the right rear, and around he goes. So at 9, you know, he kind of had to pause there.
Looks like the 24 got a piece of that too.
The 9, careful, he thinks he's by you. Right, he's gassing up. The 8 probably has no idea that he's coming. You know, going on right there. Look, man. Look how many cars are involved in this. It was really hard to believe, but think that he's never won here in the street. He found out he's had some of the greatest drivers. Won what seemed like about anywhere. He got to be able to pull it off. And I hold his name.
Yeah, well, one Chase Elliott DNF isn't going to hurt you, all right? You don't let one bad race car driver make your life miserable. It's not worth it. And honestly, see this. So in Mario Kart, there's certain like tracks at different maps and all that. Well, there's one where it's like you're racing at a farm and you have cows, and the cows are like this. Well,
Look at my face. See my face?
What about it? It looks swollen. What?
What?
Well, it's like PETA wanting to have the rings of the cows removed their nose ring because they consider it cruelty to animals. So your itching has stopped overall.
Call your doctor if you become depressed or sudden behavior, mood changes, or suicidal thoughts. When taking resident allergic. Serious side effects may include allergic reactions like sudden potentially.
Sometimes I wonder if what the doctors told you, I wonder if they're lying to you or something.
Fever, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, disease might be life-threatening. Shaking, stiffness, dreaming, and trouble moving with balance may occur. Taking control starts with asking your doctor.
And sometimes I wonder if what the doctor said was actually true or not.
Or the all-pro sweet onion chicken teriyaki with 58 grams of protein. And now Subway MVP Rewards members can buy any footlong in the app and get 40% off. Do it now in the Subway app.
That's great, but can you ask your friend to stop digging into the room? I can ask her. Doesn't have to. Only pay for what you need.
That's my team out there. Our network goes down. Our tongues come to work.
With a mission well.
That's why we partner with US and Frontline. The network to hear them prioritize first responders.
So we don't worry about getting through. And they're the most reliable 5G network in America. Out here, reliability is everything.
Extreme or routine, Verizon Frontline delivers.
The #1 network choice in public safety. Learn more. Your mission is our purpose.
These fans attacking Richmond racetracks have been triggered to this classic Saturday night short track racing so far. Yeah, there's been some heated tempers out there. There's been some tough racing, some good strategy. Just an interesting night for fans here in Richmond, Virginia. Thanks for turning up in droves for a pretty fun night. We're only halfway, but unfortunately, someone who won't see that second half is Chase Elliott.
Yeah, the good news is Chase Elliott is okay. Walk us through what happened here, what you know from your seat as you watch the replay.
I had no idea what happened still. Obviously, I saw him crashing and we were all, just backing up trying to get stopped. And then after the wreck was over, I thought we were done backing. And, we're just trying to squeeze Whoever was next to me and myself were trying to get by the accident. So we were kind of through there great. And unfortunately, Kyle just didn't know that we were on the bottom. So hey, good start tonight, and just slowly unraveled until it finally fell apart. So hopefully we get on a better stretch start next week.
Unfortunate end tonight for Chase Elliott. Marks his first DNF of the 2025 season.
That goes all the way around. This red start when he exited turn two. Kyle Busch in the black number 8 lost that thing with white number 1. Watch out for turn two. Kyle Busch, I think, not completely hits the wall. Starts to come down a little bit. That stays up a little bit. They make contact. Then Kyle Busch tries to get underneath Briscoe. And then Kyle Busch gets in the right ear of Chase Elliott. Watch right here. This is where it all happens. This is the start of it. But I think Kyle is not quite as high up the racetrack as Chastain is expecting. Chastain is coming up the track. They make contact. I'm not going to steal it. They're holding behind me. It's amazing. Interaction of factors. Interaction of factors. I go out to Richmond Saturday night. We're track racing.
And even Chase, the role of Chase. So, I'm not going to assign 20 by 8 more between the 8 and the 9. I think that's just correcting, but I can see how it happens if you take a look at the 8. What I mean is this later version of this. 8 continues to wreck right here. Look, he's kind of speeds up, and boom, the 9 shows up. And there was a shot kind of the other way where the 38 is coming left. So, Chase talking about the car to his left, right? So if he frees it kind of right here, he is right here. These two cars are door to door, the 9 and the 38. If you roll it forward, the 38 is chasing left. The 9 kind of gets you through, which makes sense because you have a C gate. He's kind of coming up the racetrack, so the 38's coming up the racetrack. I think that is just an accident. You saw, Chase Elliott is an amazing race car driver. He was lost. I saw the replay exactly how he was hooked. The difference in speed, I think, makes a factor there too. But the 9 was so much faster than the 8. And I just don't think that Kyle Busch, he's in the middle of a wreck. Right? He's not exactly looking in his left side mirror to see a car coming 30 miles an hour fast. You're done. You go by a guy on the interstate, you go by him so quick, you don't even really check your mirror. But then that guy all of a sudden speeds up, you don't mean to, but you swerve at him, like the other end, you're blind spot. I think that's kind of what happened. It just happened close to 100 miles an hour. I don't understand why Kyle Busch is moving back at Briscoe here. I don't understand the interesting terms of those. Now, look, I think these drivers are hitting each other harder than they ever did with this car. I think you get away with a lot of it. That time they did. That's crazy.
To be honest, Phillips was a couple of the drivers about the general conduct stuff tonight. And look at the names on that list, and look at the winners so far this year. Might open up the door in this second half of the Cookout 400 for a new winner.
Still dealing with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms despite treatments? Put them in check with Ridvoq. Ridvoq works differently if it's a once daily pill. When symptoms try to take control, I got rapid relief with Ridvoq. Check.
Ridvoq helps visibly repair my intestinal lining. Check.
I got lasting steroid-free remission with Ridvoq. Check.
Rapid symptom relief. Physical repair of the intestinal lining.
And lasting steroid-free remission. Check, check, and check.
Ridvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Ridvoq treatment tests for TB and tuberculosis. Serious infections cause not some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occur. Saving Ridvoq is conclusive and multiple counts with heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you have these events, infection, puffy or seat, smoke, or heavy cocaine. Don't take it as much as a common infection. Put UC and chronic in check and keep them there. With Ridvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Ridvoq. They work on everything that you say. There's some soft different. We sell a masterpiece. A side smash with your grilled cookies and dinner ranch. Take that top snack with the discussion. It's called a big deal meal.
Is that big deal pickled drink?
To avoid going in circles, take note of recognizable landmarks. Like that. What's wrong with going in circles? Different circle, Ross. Okay. Take one of those.
Congratulations, Burns. Daniel Suarez has 11 races to go on tonight with Trackhouse, and he sits second at the moment. Can you imagine if he could pull off a win?
That'd be something, Liam. What a good time to be running second. All that happening back there. That's the Hershey's crew chief. How good is it out tonight?
We're pretty good. We need like one more press run for them over here. That's all. I'm pretty happy with it. So we'll keep working on here. Hopefully after that, we'll get out the fire. So let's see what we got. Okay.
They all have fresh tires for the guys around. 2025 Toyota GL Super Pace Car. The lights are off. We're going back racing, and when we do, we're going to check in with the 13th place Ross Chastain. His squad, Brandon McReynolds. So here's Brandon. Here we go.
Here we go. Back to green. And Bubba Walls back. Ross Chastain spotters Brandon McReynolds, by the way.
Wallace has checked out Ryan Blaney on the inside of Daniel Suarez, and a guy who has looked racing all night long is the man who won under controversial circumstances here a year ago. Oscar Dillon, there's the three right there. Ahead of Ryan's Priest. What a story to be a streak of return after what was taken away, the ability to make the playoffs. Because, and I think the race was taken away. I think he crossed the line in the last couple laps with the eventual match in 2011. But we talked about it. He had a great car. It was the circumstances that put him in this situation. A bad pitch, a bad restart. So imagine coming back, Jeff, and getting it done a year later. That would feel so good. And not only him, but Richard Childress, who was upset at the penalty. He did not agree with it as a car owner. Well, that can get some potential if he brings that team. Keep an eye out for the fourth paint. The Ally Chevy from Hendrick Motorsport and Alex Bowman. He is quietly sitting in 6th place right now. There he is right there. Has run well here before, in the past. He's a winner here at Richmond, and he said we've got to keep those positive vibes going, heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. That's for Hershey. He said he thought this caution was going to help even out the tires, and it really has. I thought, you mentioned the 60 of Breeze, the 48 of Bowman who are attacking with the new tires. That would settle the field down.
Look out on Lawson. Unfortunately, that was all right here. Trying to. Well, Larson, thinking Larson's going to get down to 22. There he is. See, Larson did get by, Joey. Larson's probably right by. He got the hurricane. Osaban in the 77. He's up to 9. Yes, he is. Let's not for his tires. And Larson does. You can see it. See the advantage. That's the race tonight. Austin Cindric's just up ahead. Lawson unwilling to give that up easily. But he has no choice.
Here's the tires. What's the track? Everything on this racetrack. He has something in green today. 3 wide behind. Bell is down with fire. It's a little bit of what makes short track racing so special for fans. You know, the cars so dependent. A little bit of things going on in the corner, when you know it's clear, you're still able to keep up. You're able to overcome it. Already looking after the front door.
Forced to cut away to secure the dominance and the contact on the track. But they decided to keep it in the ball and move some tires here. The way by so that's the better because they put a downward set to everybody else. And remember that move area right there at the end of the stage. Come down to the open and that's the tires. We'll see what Brady Cooper decides to do there. I think they're able to pass this to take the steps and go back to that contact on track. Doing something that fits the race car and go. Really put tires on it. Push it down to that brings down a third of a set of tires. You want to save tires after the tire is good. But it's not like any of the passes. No real damage. You see the front end there, the 8 is damaged, but it's not causing a real problem for it right now, Kim.
And his teammate Austin Dillon running into fourth position. His team has such high hopes for this weekend. And they reiterate what we have said that last year was absolutely not a fluke that they won. However, they still wanted to come back, defend that win, despite any naysayers from last year. They were confident about Austin on the long run. He's been relatively quiet, just saying he likes the car on the bottom cover.
Keep an eye out for that light blue and white progressive Toyota Camry because here comes Hamlin. Hamlin cleared Logano, has taken off. He's right there at push now. And his JKR teammate Christopher Bell. So despite multiple setbacks on pit road, despite getting caught up in that multi-car four-car race, there is no stopping Hamlin. And as I said earlier, Jeff, on the radio, this car is superb if we can just execute.
Mm-hmm. I hear the thing.
To go in your second stage, this last lap presented by Credit One Bank. Talked about it in the pre-race. Martin Schneider has no momentum. Jeff, you threw a bunch of names down, and I agree with him. Bubba Wallace for 23. I just thought he looked.
Wow, Bubba Wallace going to win stage number 2. Daniel Suarez second. Ryan Blaney third. Austin Dillon fourth. Alex Bowman fifth. Ryan Preece sixth. Carson Hocevar seventh. Austin Cindric eighth. William Byron ninth. And Kyle Larson 10th.
My doctor gave me Breastscreen for my COPD. Things changed for me. Breastscreen gave me better breathing, symptom improvements, and reduced flare-ups.
Breastfeed won't replace a breastfeeding pillow for some breathing problems. It's not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you want circulation or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take breastfeed over prescribed. Breastfeed may increase your risk of interruption pneumonia and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye vision occur.
That's the only thing you can do.
This October, the NBA is coming home to NBA City and streaming on Peacock. The chicken is the headline, but the cheese is a plot twist. The all-new $9.99 quesadilla combo.
regular drink and a side of wine. That's your logo. That's for your logo. Some restaurants will fake grill marks on their chicken.
Hello, Mark. Welcome to the live stream.
The double chicken tostada with real fire grilled chicken. That's your logo. That's for your logo. Exotic Koreans are available now nationwide, ensuring the U.S. name and the next generation of submarines. You're looking for stable, impactful Korea, visit buildsubmarines.com. We build giants. It takes time to build one. Buildsubmarines.com for the Grand Kazowski. Hoping for something special tonight here in Richmond. They begin soft to the playoffs. It's been a much better second half of the year for Keselowski than the way 2025 started, and pit road is about to get super busy. Kim Coon's going to kick us off. Give the people Daniel Suarez here as he gets to work fresh tires and fuel up a little bit short. He's outward, came right around his team. He made a clean layout. He's a little bit more rear grip on the side nine as he gets out of here. Good clean stops. Race up pit road. And the third and final stage coming up here in Richmond. What are you doing up there? Oh, I'm just posting one of our videos to the Homes.com network this month. It's becoming a go-to home shopping site. Got another 14,000. What? Gotta go back out. Oh, 17,891. You can't even call it the zero. 1 second. What? That's sweet. 25,000 more. Any reason why your business growing over 100 million or even a billion business a year? Homes.com, the place to find a place.
Michael McDowell will lead the field back to green.
You can get this fixed now and pay later. And this, get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLife.com.
Yes, Michael McDowell will be the leader. Looks like he took 2 tires on that stop. Yeah, Chase Elliott and Justin Haley are done for the night.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest.
After this race, I'll probably vacuum or something. If you want me to.
What?
I said after this race, I'll probably do some vacuuming or something if you want me to.
The Rainmaker plays at 10 on USA. Exclusively begin on Peacock. The PGA Tour season is nearing the finish line. Where every round is a wrecking ball, each hole a test of nerve. And the Rainmaker, the FedEx Cup Playoffs BMW Championship, live on NBC and streaming on Peacock. Here we go, getting ready for the third and final stage here at Richmond Raceway. And they took out 400. Generally being a positive night for Richmond over the 2010 still 6-point lead. Game on pit road, running 11. We've seen many troubles on pit road. It continues. Here's the crew chief saying, hey, we do not have this left front tire tight on the race car. Back it up. Don't go to the racetrack. But he is wrong. That was a good call, but he is wrong all over track position.
Well,
All right, here we are.
it's your belt.
163 laps to go currently.
Lost off track position. No, best be safe than sorry, as they always say.
There are a few exceptions. Man, I tried to ignore it, but it's all the way. I would say 3 pit stops is nearly 10 seconds faster. So I would say you put a set here, you put a set here, you put a set here. What does that do? It gives you this big chunk of racing where if you get a yellow, you are sitting with no tires and you are in big trouble. So you have to win the race, and you don't have car enough. The gamble would be to put a set on here and a set on here. You're going to lose time. You're going to lose position. But if you get a caution right here, it is bingo. Come and take your last set of brand new tires. That gamble could be the difference of winning and advancing to the playoffs. Who's going to gamble that? Who's going to find that? That question will be answered once we get this going. Once we have a feel for the third stage. Those are gamble at the front of the field, the 71 car, Michael McDowell. He put on 2 tires. He is leading this race with 2 tires. We are seeing how abrasive this racetrack is and how hard it is on tires. They are hoping that the right side tires will take advantage of that because most of the wear, is on the right. He is the only one out there on 2 tires, baby. That they went from 17th to 1st. Now, we've seen these mistakes on pit road all night long, and it is hard to go over the wall. So I tried to do it this week thanks to the Delicacy Motor Club and Josh Wesley, the rear tire changer for Eric Jones. They showed me how to do it, but I got it wrong time after time. Because you had to have the gun right, you had to be spaced away from the cars this way, and when that wheel nut goes flying like it did many times to me, you had better have a spare. But it is not easy. You got to get up to a round, do it again. They're telling me how to do it so I can cut my time in half. But guys, don't think just because they make it look so easy that it is. It's not. It's tough on the road. Well done, Douglas. So that's the jack. That's checking. Wheels. What's next? What's next is Dave Black taking visitors problem. And don't hand me a full fuel load, please. Oh, yeah. All right. A little bit of fun there with a serious time. Thanks for showing that it's nowhere near as easy as it looks at nor as it's good as final stage going to be.
Right, back to green, final stage. Let's do this.
Here in Richmond, with Bubba Wallace on his outside, Austin Dillon looking on the inside, and here comes Ryan Blaney. Larson, that blue and white flag up high. What a nice pick for Bubba Wallace as he rounds McDowell up. And McDowell comes Dillon on the inside. Look at that, Austin Dillon.
Yeah, Austin Dillon to the lead.
Straight to the lead. Now, Bubba Wallace made contact on the entrance to one. That opened the door for Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon is coming up to lead his 7th lap tonight. He has not led that many laps in a race since when? Just last year. Just amazing, it's amazing to me, and I understand it. That as a driver, you get a feel and it's a setup, and it's just, I just don't see it only working a year later. Different tire combinations, so many changes. You have to recreate. It seems to be working.
Also, Mom, tonight it's Noah Gregson's 100th Cup start.
Oh,
This week, studying Vinny and also lost the most, lost the past very much similar to how Juan's going to be, so kind of just see what they're doing with Peters. They changed Peter one year, and they changed the top balance quite a lot, and I just kind of study those two guys and different tracks might be different people, the one that stands out, and just try and emulate what they're doing, I guess.
And just after saying that and talking in further detail about what he learned from the SMT data from Denny Hamlin's traces, Denny Hamlin walked into the media center and SVG said, "Thanks, mate. Thanks for helping."
A lot of people have studied Denny Hamlin's driving style, but you have been able to replicate it.
And I think it helps, Suarez is running fifth. I point that out because, in that track out group, you look at your teammates. Jack came back at 28, Suarez fifth. So if you're SVG and you're between your teammates, that's going to be a great field, right? That you're closer, I feel, to the guys that are what I would consider more of a standard oval racer. He got the top row. I like it. Good run from Sainz Smith, just ahead of him as well at 38. The front run motorsports. That's what 14 is going to finish the race now. It's not a ran well. It seemed like the last few laps, he was kind of a punch bag. He got spun by Bell and Indy, and then a week later got no wreck. It just, couldn't get good runs to the finish. We'll see if 38 was able to do it here with 140 years to go.
Remember this race last year at the end of it, probably the last third of it, we saw this car, Austin Dillon, driving away from the field. By far the best car. He's driven out to 2.5 seconds on Bubba Wallace. 3 seconds to Alex Bowman. Almost 4 seconds to fourth place, Carson Hocevar. The speed's there. Can they execute?
What is it about this track and Austin Dillon? And he's trying to repeat a win, but not in controversial circumstances, not like this. He says it was for the win, it was for a spot in the playoffs, I was going to do whatever I had to do. Well, NASCAR let him keep the win, but did not let him go to the playoffs. That's how it ended a year ago. How's it going to end tonight?
Okay, guys, instead of getting WeatherTech, I saved a few bucks and got some cheap foreign-made floor mats, but they really stink. So put these on.
Caroline, thirsty. Don't settle for cheap, stinky floor mats. At WeatherTech, we make our floor liners and cargo liners here in America out of pure, non-toxic American materials.
Dad, next time get WeatherTech. They don't stink.
Oh, find out everything we have at WT.com. Applebee's 2 for $25. Get 1 appetizer and 2 entrees like the lean chicken, parmesan, fettuccine.
Choose 1 appetizer and 2 entrees. Applebee's iconic 2 for $25.
Sorry, what were you going to get next one?
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest. The cold lager, cold filter, cold package one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coolers Light. Choose chill.
Okay, your home, auto, and business vehicle are all protected with Progressive. Nice. It is available while men running a business and a family. Ooh, sounds like someone could use a vacation. A what? A vacation. Like taking a break from the stresses of life and work. Or like when I'm logging everyone's hours so I get to sit for a while. No. Or like when I'm making a delivery in my van and a song comes on that I like. No. So like when I take my work van to the car wash and then fall quiet in that tunnel for like 5 minutes. No, it's like when you go away and you take pictures and I don't know, I've never been on anywhere.
Pod's last sale of the summer has been extended. Save up to 25% on moving and storage until September 22nd. And see why Pods is the most awarded container moving company. But don't wait. Book now and save up to 25% at pods.com. Skipping breakfast wasn't a big deal. Before. I got you. But now, Wendy's has bug biscuits, like the Honey Buddy chicken biscuit, so you'll never skip breakfast again. If you're smart. Breakfast for a buck? Gotta be Wendy's.
Since 2022, the Enjoy Illinois 300 and Worldwide Technology Raceway has been nothing short of spectacular. Side-by-side racing, intense battles, flared timbers. It's now the second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. All the excitement and the added drama of championship elimination. Go fast, go home. Get your tickets now at www.raceway.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate, Illinois.
Austin Dillon has now wrapped up 31 laps tonight here in Richmond. Out in front for Richard Childress Racing. Kim, so far, so good for Austin Dillon.
Can't find themselves in a point now, but it's been a great run the last three races. That's top 15 finishes after the last 2 races, and that was not in the previous 9. And again, making it with very high hopes. I asked Ricky Cristiano the outfit when I know that's what you guys want in me. What are you hoping to? Because he said the goal is to come and be in position to contend for a win. So this track and next week at Daytona are places we know we can win. Our head space internationally in the confidence it needs to be. And for those wondering, we always use the same setup as last year with a few modifications for the tire. Austin Dillon, be watching.
Okay, keep in mind that Pauling Racing has a technical alliance with RCR. The RCR cars and the Pauling cars have been finding more speed of late, which is really good. Look at this scrap going on here. Shane Van Gisbergen and Austin Sindrick. High SPG goes. And Christopher Bell's in the mix as well. This is the 12th, 13th, and 14th place.
Hey, we saw the issue with the 20 car on pit road.
Low left off, that's the fight for fifth between Carson Hosevar and Daniel Suarez. Let's talk more about Carson Hosevar with Bobby.
Yeah, we saw Ryan Priest try the three-stop strategy in stage 2 with someone like Carson Hosevar and Luke Lambert, considering it here in stage 3. Listen to the radio.
We're looking at it. There's a small probability we consider three-stop in here. See now they made 3 cents. We should because I'm slow after 15.
So, Steve, what would you do? You're not going to be Austin Dillon with what you're doing right now, and Carson does not feel very good about the car on the longer run. So, would you consider 3 here at the very end? It would leave no insurance if there's a late caution.
Well, I think that 3 stops is absolutely faster. If you stop 3 times and the caution doesn't come out, you're going to be in position to win the race. But if the caution does come out, you're probably not going to finish on the lead lap. So the risk is, I think, kind of the risk is worth the gamble. If you're the 77 and you have to eliminate the playoffs, you have Austin Dillon and the 48 and the 99 all in front of you, I would go alternate strategy. Crew Chief Luke Lambert is a crew chief for me for a brief period of time. He is not afraid to try something. He is willing to gamble. Car is pretty amazing. We saw it.
So Lava looks like Austin Dillon's out front now.
You know, as big of a hit as that was, I'm surprised at the pace he is able to have.
And keep an eye in the background for that blue and black 21 for the Wood Brothers. Josh Berry. Going to be the quiet achiever tonight. Just hanging in there, staying in touch, being the top 15 pretty much the majority of the race.
This kind of racetrack. Remember we had yellow earlier in the game with the 99 and the 54. Right here you're going to see a 54 is on over the tires. 99 gets the back of those, sends it up into the 45. The now that kind of ended the opportunity for the 45 of Reddick. He's now 2 laps down, riding around with some damage. So now the 99 is coming up with the race about the 45, and Reddick decides to show his displeasure. Because at the end of the day, for the 99, it definitely makes it hard, Jim. Yeah, see, this gets you way up the racetrack. It's not wrecky, but it surely lets you know his displeasure. And it's allowed it doesn't to go for Blanky. Look in the back, look 12. Good, thanks, easy. But, yeah, and Blanky got behind, and Torres is yet to be able to get that line. So, off to the spot. But you got to get a little better.
Yeah, Reddick's 33rd right now. Get SVG running quietly in 13th. Yeah, of course, Cobblers is stuck in 20 pit stops.
The 37 was coming to pit road. Jeff, you talked about it yesterday in the race car. It's hard to see that pit entry. He jammed on the brakes and was going way too fast. I bet the 77 comes this time. Let's see if he does a better job. Oh, it's way early. Off the gas.
It's coming in.
So the 77 Hocevar hits pit road. Yes, that's potentially going to be a penalty.
Ooh, locked it up.
Yeah, that was on me. Completely missed it right there, trying to get to pit road. Luke Hammer did indeed call him the lap before. He said the car just goes way too loose at the end of the run. So a little bit on the early side. You could parlay this into a 2-stop from here with 120 to go, but that would be a long run for Carson Hocevar. And they do have that third set of tires that they could throw at it if they want to make 3 stops here in stage 3.
Yeah, I love the 3-stop gamble. Like I said, there are cars in front of him that have to win to make the playoffs. He has to win. If you don't get a yellow, 3 stops wins the race. The math is there. Let's take a look, Jeff, at what happened trying to get the pit road here. This orange box, you cannot see it till you get to it. And he just carried too much speed. Now look, he do it. Watch this. Watch how long it takes before you can see that orange box. Not till now. And that is so far around the corner. You have to live so much earlier than you think. A great job recognizing that he was just too fast and then trying to force it and ultimately could have gotten the penalty. Race leader Austin Dillon with 118 laps to go.
A speeding penalty for the 42.
Where he made his NASCAR Xfinity Series debut, which we showed earlier how these cycles work. 77 at the moment is in that danger zone. He is a lap down to the 3 of Austin Dillon. But look at the closing speed of the 77. He's closing in on the back of Ty Gibbs. So that's about the 10th place car. The leader's about 10 seconds up the road. You see on the map on the bottom left. It should only take 4 to 6 laps and Hocevar will unlap himself, but he can't have a yellow. That's what will kill the strategy.
For protein, like the Ultimate BMT or the All-Pro Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki with 58 grams of protein. And now, Subway MVP Rewards members can buy any footlong in the app and get 40% off. Do them now in the Subway app.
You can get this fixed now and pay later. You can get this fixed now and pay later. And this, get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLife.com.
Safe like we pay, safe like we place.
You can put a lot of vacation into a weekend. Book your next weekend getaway with Urba.
Ashley's Labor Day sale is going on now. Find Pet Life
Let's
for
just see this.
starting at just $1.99.
Those are Robert Plant's grandkids. Imagine thinking about their grandfather's literally the front man of Led Zeppelin.
Due to Toyota Gazoo Racing, there are a lot of unofficial rules. Rules like only pass cars on the left. Don't drive on the grass. And you will be humble. You know what they say. Rules are made to be broken. Me?
That's it. Wednesday hours. Bringing out misfortunes now at Wendy's. It's pure torture. It's uniquely, excruciating, indecent. Enjoy the anguish.
There's a range of stops with 113 to go, but not yet from the race leader.
of Austin Dillon. His teammate is in. Thanks there. The damage gate comes to pit lane, still not overheating, so good for pile 2 race there. Look at 4 tires here in fuel.
Working just not tonight, Chris Buescher expected this evening. A former Richmond winner. They have struggled with the handling of the cars. They've been in the top 10 a couple of times, but have not been able to keep it there. Denny Hamlin will come down pit road this time. And
This looks like, Junior raced that famous Budweiser MLB All-Star Racing.
You see the 60 on the bottom of the screen there, to the right, the 99 of Daniel Suarez. The 60 went straight backwards. I started quickly with Ritchie. He shrugged his shoulders, going right down into the 60. See the 99, he was running pretty good.
Yeah, here's some bunny pictures that will cheer you up. Yep.
So the 99 on the bottom left. You see the 99 exiting turn 2.
What?
The leader off
I'm ready to get up.
right here, just behind the 77. So Hocevar has already unlapped himself. The power of early pit stop is huge. Is that going to work in the favor of the driver of the Delaware lot 77 Chevy? The fire.
Doesn't have to be cold. Just give me water.
I love the race that they're calling. You know what they're calling yet? They're calling the race, but they're not afraid to lose. Right? But they have to lose. They have to. The 22-year-old from Michigan, it could be his night. We'll see. There's still a long way to go. 109 laps left. Keep there.
Yeah, Ryan Blaney, and he said it feels like the cars finally coming to me after major Alistair went earlier. The Ryan look at Bubba Wallace.
So see the original Catwoman.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. What's her name?
Julie Newmar. Oh!
Is that him?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
See if they can put it back on. There you go. Crew members bringing it over. Nice work on the 19. Everybody's going to kill the 23's chance of perhaps winning. But what great work by the 19 to help the 23. We watched it happen live. He left. There was sparks up the front. Tire changer wasn't done. A huge blow to Bubba Wallace and the 23. Jeff was looking at this left front. You see right here. That goes up. Tire goes on. It just does not get finished. Jack dropped. And that is the problem with these fast pit stops. Watch his check, man. Watch it. What he looks at. Gets the right rear tire on. He thinks it's tight. He's looking at the left front. He thinks it's tight, but it's not. Statistically, the best pit crew of the year when you look through averages and the potential speed, the tire going down pit road. Now, the tire didn't make it on the racetrack, so I wouldn't expect this to be any sort of suspension later.
Yeah, you guys dodged a major bullet. Dang, you guys really want to. Christopher Bell penalty.
He was penalized for speeding. Something with the 54. Yeah, some smoke out the rear bumper on the 54. I can't tell where it's coming from, but there's definitely some haze coming out there.
Also, some actor named Tristan Rogers passed away. Look at this. Someone got a free Garrett Smith car with the lizard meat.
So either the brake pedal is the cause of the fire, or there's a fire due to tire rubber that has caused the brake to fail. Chicken or the egg. Not really going to be able to tell until the car comes into the picture and get a look. Look to the left front. See the fire on the left. That tells me that is a brake issue that caused this problem. It's a brake issue on the drywall. The only thing I can figure is when I put it on it, but I don't know what else to tell you. Correct or live, so maybe a brake line as late against the header or something gets burned and then the brake fluid is leaking on. You know, the headers, fire. It's a pretty big fire. Yeah, it's hot. So, top of our least, Ryan Blaney, like 3.4 seconds. Then William Meyer, Austin Dillon, Josh Berry, the top 5. We've got
choose the pit, that's a commitment line violation. And that's why we talked about this 77 car Lucifer. He made a mistake, but he didn't make a bad situation worse. Yeah. He went ahead and did it. Hey, I'm not going to
Yeah, Bubba Wallace penalty.
rather than what we saw with this one. And that's Ryan Priest unlapping himself. The pole sitter who led 60 laps early and just took out 400. A lot went on real quick. Osterbar pitted early, but then before had this fire. Blaney got pitted early, firing. And then get the ball out. We're blowing up. Keep her flat now. We're blowing up. But yeah, whatever that fire is, I'm sure it's damaging more things under the hood. There's the three of Austin Dillon. He did it after Osterbar, did it after Blaney. Did it after Byron, that's why he lost the lead. Sounds like it's going to be nice for tie here. It's an unfortunate situation to be with the team five. Austin Dillon is just a little bit over a second and a half behind Osterbar. And here comes Blaney. Here comes Ryan Blaney, the 12 top box on the right.
12 laps pressure, by the way, for
His tires are some 12 laps pressure. The Tracy and Tyson Osterbar. As we now less than
Blaney's about to take the lead.
the final quarter. And new race leader, Ryan Blaney to the front. 15 Penske in that body armor Ford.
We got boneless buffalo wings, garlic parmesan, sweet chili, and a whole stack of napkins in case it gets messy. Right, Bob?
I've been eating wings since before you had teeth.
And Austin Dillon is cleared for second.
You can get this fixed now and pay later. You can get this fixed now.
See if they can track down Blaney.
And this. Get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLife.com.
Safe Life Repairs, Safe Life Repairs.
Did 100 million visitors who were throwing a party at the go-to site for home shoppers. 100 million messages.
Yeah, we think about it in March.
Excuse me? What are you going to do? Party every month? Party every month, everybody! Change the song. Home.com. Please find it.
Bubba Wallace now 33rd, 2 laps.
Here to help you save hundreds by customizing your car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Rubbish it on the other one.
Only pay.
Liberty, 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 Liberty.
Sorry, just
$1 happy hour. $1 corn dogs, $1 mozzarella sticks, and $1 salt
Pit crew. Screwed them up.
Spicy chicken strips are back. Starting at $5.
for the edge.
Covered with flavor hot onion. Want to taste something delicious? You know where to go. And so much more. Welcome to Dinner. I don't know what the hell's happening in this race right now, man. This is just so. All right, but it's about a second difference right now for Blaney's lead over Dillon.
By just 1 second over Austin Dillon. Has been a very solid driver for the Team Penske Pilot. Champion a couple of years ago. And coming into good form time for the playoffs. Time now for the ones to watch. Presented by Credit One Bank. Steve, you going to kick us off? Well, to watch this 12 Ryan Blaney pitted a lap before the 3 of Austin Dillon. Had a better pit stop. All of that adds up with him getting in front of the 3 on pit road. Now the question is, does he have car? Now, I think 3 is the best car, but great execution. The order of the night for the 12 car. Well, I'm still thinking Austin Dillon can make this happen. They cannot give up anything on pit strategy on pit road. You cannot give up track position to a team like Ryan Blaney. But Austin Dillon, all the way back in 28th in the playoff standings, wins tonight. He makes the playoffs. And how about Spy Motorsports youngster, Carson Hocevar?
Could tonight be the night? Remember, he was leading in Michigan earlier this year, and he was going very well until he got that flag and finished second in Nashville. So the guy who leads the race now, maybe, just maybe, it could be his night.
And I was bullish on the strategy of 3 pit stops, but I will tell you the first one was okay. The start of this one, okay. It's hard to understand because there are different strategies, but I just look at the raw data and where he's tracking. He's kind of tracking behind what I have in the bogey, right? He has to run a certain lap time to get there.
Here comes this little buddy guy.
He's bleeding too much time and he's behind on time.
He's 89 now.
Earlier, he was making with Lemon come in and set up the hit thing, thumbs down, and that's when he missed pit lane.
I mean, you see what it is, right? We expect him to be slower because the tires are older, but he needs to be down to the 25.1, 25.2 range. That extra 0.3 of a second. That's exactly what he was talking about. Get right. Like,
There's something here, right? There's something in this one. Battery? Oh no, Mom, come on.
All of that is the guy running in third place.
Oh, yeah.
Alex Bowman, fastest car on the
You
racetrack
say
for
that
the last
one's
several laps.
between the thing.
In third place.
Yes, it says on the back. Number 1. Insert 2 AA batteries.
But he has really good pace right now.
It says on the back.
He came in on the same lap as Ryan Blaney, lap 291, and the Jim just pointed out he's only 3 seconds adrift.
And Lee, remember how at the beginning of the race we talked about how he tells everyone he is a guy that's just lived so much stress in his life. I asked his crew chief Blake Harris how he
I have one that already faded there. What? And the little and the one was there. What? Like this? No, the other one on top of it. You peeled pistachios? Yeah, some of it. Maybe 50.
And so far he's done it right, Tim.
I thought that was done already. I put it in the other side. So I put the other one. I put it in my. It's put in the other side of this in case of the back. Stuff.
Let's not forget about Joey Logano behind Josh Berry. From last to fifth, Daniel Suarez is hanging in there at 6, William Byron 7, Cedric Kosovar, and a good rebound. Marty Snyder mentioned that when we were in the last ad break. What a rebound after being involved in that 12-car wreck earlier. The 19 car for Joe Gibbs Racing runs in 10th place.
Hey, Carson Oaks, probably a couple laps away. She's first part of the pit road for his second set of tires. There's a deviation from everyone else. Once again, kind of tracking a little too slow, but he has an opportunity to work on his car. He's got 81 laps to go. You can make some adjustments. Remember, some of that time he gave up was coming to pit road. There you go. This time, Dan's got out the window, waved with the 11 of Denny Hamlin, the 5 of Kyle Larson in the rearview mirror. You can't let them get your inside off too, Jeff. You got to kind of really hug them off here. Let's go out on the outside. And out the window, let everybody know that you're coming to pit road. Not going to get run over from behind. He said Stevie went all the way to the left. It is very clear he was coming to pit road. Now he just needs a clean stop. He saw a huge mistake from the 23 while running second. And he was opportunity to
For goodness sake,
Now it's up to
Okay, we're missing.
77.
And Luke Lambert and
We're going
Thomas
there too.
are the only grid playing this three-stop strategy here in Stage 3. When I asked him how he is at saving tires this morning, Coach Mark told me to drop it on the right side. He said, I'm an all gas, no brake dots, so I'm not great at saving tires. He said it goes way too free, too early in the run. And with 79 to go, they'll kind of split this last one in half.
The execution is the word of the night. First, he missed the road. Now, this time, it's on the picture. Right side up, car down. Can't bleed seconds if you're going to be off track.
Wednesday hours. My middle misfortune is not Wendy's. It's pure torture. It's uniquely excruciating deeps of dread. Enjoy the language.
That was James Hetfield and Metallica in the early 80s, back when they were coming onto the metal scene.
Biggest law, national or local. At Napa, we are the pros that know how to keep your business moving at full speed.
Ashley's Labor Day sale is going on
Not
now.
on the
Anytime you can get up to
on the
$800
nails
off
of my
the adjustable
field.
mattress set or get it
buy in store. Only at Ashley.
The Bush Guy, golden smooth Shimano skins.
Why are you using your nail?
You can tell time.
Why are you using your nail? Of course, when you feel like this, you use the poke. Use your pad. No, it's hard to feel, make it harsh. I use one side and only get broken nail. Purpose it like that.
Book last minute deals on thousands of spades in Curva.
I don't need it all anymore. I used to like it, but I have to cut it down.
Steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving, doing what they do best. Lucky neighbors, switching in, getting it done. For them, only America's most dependable truck in every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, and the building comes standard.
Subway footlongs are packed with protein, like the ultimate BMT or the all-pro sweet onion chicken teriyaki with 58 grams of protein. And now Subway MVP Rewards members can buy any footlong in the app and get 40% off. Do it now in the Subway app.
Welcome to the final day of the playoffs. More heat, more heartbreak, more chances slipping away. Iowa to Watkins Square, Richmond to Daytona. Every lap, every pass, every point matters. Now it's time for more
It's like
desperation.
Dylan's supposed on the video.
White towel going fast.
Welcome to
The towel, the bath towel is 19.99 for
You rejoin us just in time to see this fight for the lead. Austin Dillon
and then the
on
white cloth. 24 white cloth is 19.99 also.
Amazing how Austin
And then
Dillon rolls the corner. It's right here.
the short, what do you call it? Short towel, hand towel, hand towel, hand towel. 6 pieces, I think it's 19. I can put 19.99 or smaller.
He says get side by side a little bit more. Keep bleeding time. It was 3.9 seconds. It's down to 3.2 for Alex Bowman. With these two guys slowing each other up. When will the 48 into this scene? And remember, this entire battle happened because the 12 came just one lap earlier. That cycle in front of the three. That same chess match is getting ready to happen again. When will your last stop be? Will it be your last stop? Are you saving the time? Crew chiefs' heads are exploding down there on the road to finish victory. Austin Dillon, you gotta make this pass as quickly as possible. You gotta put space between you and that 12 car. The reason why that 12 pit crew is so good, if you come on pit road at the same time, they have an advantage. They're just a very fast pit crew. So the three of you clear the 12 and drive away from him. That's imperative to give Austin the best chance to win this race. He finally clears Blaney. Not yet. As Blaney again in that middle groove. This is Dylan's best chance here to it come back. He rolls the middle of the corner so well. The corner exit, Blaney pitches it off. Doesn't give him any room. Look how low the 3-car was.
Dylan looking low.
Low box. Grandfather Richard Childress. And his driving does. Richard did some 19 stops here. He would love to see his grandson go back to victory lane and keep the points and the playoff berth this year. That's right on corner exit right there that Austin has had. That gold card at 51 of Cody Ware, 3 laps down. The pressure tires. You check the 11 laps back while he has the pressure tire security. Trying to stay out of it, trying to go by at the same time. He's finally going to turn left and go 3 wide. And they coming up on Ross Chastain. It's amazing as these guys battle like this. They're only about a half of a tenth slower, than Alex Bowman. Hasn't brought Bowman into the mix at all. In fact, Bowman's bled a little bit of time. It's at the 3.6 seconds now. That was closer a little earlier. I have about 10 laps away from what I would consider to be a standard 2-stop strategy here. About lap 345 or 346 is when the leaders would be expected to pit. But remember, 1 lap earlier was the difference maker as this battle continues.
looming large in the endurance is Carson Hocevar on that three-stop strategy for this final stage. Hocevar's entering turn one. Top two are coming off.
He's got to take it right here. He's got track position. Oh, Blaney, he's got to overdrive this entry. He's got to run Blaney up the racetrack. Got to make this fast.
Blaney's been relentless though, Chip, hasn't he? He does not want to relinquish this lead.
Couldn't quite get it done.
What a race. Yeah, what a battle. Awesome for both of them. And this is setting up beautifully for the final phase of this final stage with 62 laps to go from here. You mentioned their lap times. They're actually pulling this race for a moment. Unbelievable with this battle.
It's gonna get
Oh, good run right here. We got pressure coming from Chastain.
Yeah. And the 77 is not far behind.
That slow pit stop has just killed the 77. That's extra 2 seconds. This is to unlap
Comes
itself,
Hocevar.
which is very important. But I love the call. The execution not quite as good as it needed to be. He just cannot make this fast.
There he goes.
That good run right there. But now Hocevar's going to take this bottom lane. What does it do to Blake?
3 wide.
Thanks, Carson.
Actually helps Austin Dillon.
They go either side of John under Nemechek, and Hocevar's able to unlap himself.
That was one of those hip checks that he can blame Hocevar, right? He gets in there. I can't run anymore.
And that was the point of separation for Austin Dillon.
Now, if you're Blaney, you might want to jump the pit road a lap earlier. No, the three's going to come. I love the call by Dillon. Not going to get jumped the pit road this time. He gets the lead. He comes to pit road. First to attack with rear Dillon with the race lead.
Pit stop.
59 to go. Kim.
Ooh.
Jones is in. So good on the long run, looking for what could be the money stuff here for Richmond. Your tires, go fuel.
Great job from Austin Dillon to get out around the 42. I thought he was going to get locked in. John Hunter did stop very deep in his box. Blaney continued though. But now Blaney might think, hey, Dillon ran me down with some tires. Maybe he's going to run longer. Little surprising. I thought he'd be on the other side of this, but no. Him and Bowman stay on the racetrack.
Is that the call from crew chief Richard Boswell that's going to get the win for the three? Now Austin Dillon.
Now the three needs to get unlapped quickly. Remember, he is a lap down to Blaney.
Is Blaney gonna pit this time?
Go 57 laps, so take care of the Austin Dillon.
Nope.
Just unlap myself. Real quick.
Blaney screaming about
But those that 3 to 4 lap difference could be the key factor.
He's like, I want to hit pit road too. I need some fresh tires. And he's right.
Here he comes.
Hit this time. Okay, the 12's going to come to pit road. You lose 29 seconds. So the 12, even with a perfect start.
All right. Dillon unlaps himself.
The only thing that will slow Blaney down is if there's a penalty.
3 or 4 lap pressure tires. Let's see how Blaney does get on his entry. That's first, Jeff. And get on pit road cleanly. He's under the orange box, so he's good there. Bowman follows him on the pit road.
Bowman's coming in too. So Cindric's going to be the race leader.
See what the difference is going to be.
Alex Bowman brings a 48 to his pit stall. He said it was a little bit freer this run, but still pretty good for the 48 driver.
48 hit it as well. Blaney leading. You're going to see on the 48 on the right. Blaney's got a hold serve to the 48. Now the question is, how far up the road will the
He's still going to be quite a bit of ways.
Should be about 5 seconds, which I imagine is going to be most of the backstretch. That's what all of the tools say.
So now move Kyle Larson to the lead, but he has yet to pit. Same with Brad Keselowski.
Larson's the lead. Brad Keselowski's up there.
Or no, Hocevar pitted the earliest.
I like this call by the 3 car, and here's why.
I don't know if he may have to pit now or.
So yes, they've given up some tire to this 12 car, but I don't know 40 laps down the road that the 12 car can be as fast as the 3, even with a little bit of pressure tire. I just think that's the strength strength, and I think he played to the strength. I love this aggressive call. Outside,
No, we'll see.
To pick lots.
See how this all plays out.
And is that going to be the magic play for the three?
Blaney has 8 seconds to make up on Austin Dillon.
Okay, so here's what I need. If I'm Austin Dillon, I need one thing and one thing only.
We'll see if that will play any sort of factor. That 4 to 5 lap difference.
I really don't need to be
That 4 lap difference in the tires.
I just need to be the same pace for just a little bit slower. Don't aim these tires up. So it's 51 laps to go. Remember the gap. It's just under 15 seconds. Blaney, back from race leader. Give me the gap to Dillon.
Yep, it is. It's usually 10:30 on the East Coast. Larson's in, so Brad's gonna stay out. So Austin Dillon's gonna be second.
Short ribs, lasagna. What about it?
Fix now, pay later, and this. Get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLife.com.
Safe Life Repair, Safe Life Replace. Change is always happening. It's part of life. Here at Xfinity, we want to do our part to keep one thing the same, with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. So no matter how your other costs change.
All right, so Dillon back out front.
With our best equipment included.
All right, Austin Dillon's back up front.
Wait, Kozlowski's in.
Buying bread, but what about the sour bread that I brought out from the freezer?
Very good. Okay, one more for safety. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's do a fun one. Hold up the buildings behind you. Hold up the buildings. I'm so sorry. How do y'all know each other? Friends. Okay, everybody jump in here at the same time. Oh, no, I didn't get it. All right, from the top.
Pod Blast sale of the summer has been extended. Save up to 25% on moving and storage until September 22nd. And CY Pods is the most awarded container moving company. But don't wait. Book now and save up to 25% at pods.com.
This is not true. Your cars to the single track beasts. Every apex we nail, every second we stay, it's all knowledge that it's right back.
Blaney just got back by Hocevar for second.
Even if those pants don't look good anymore, I want to get rid of them.
Okay.
They're all way too big for them already. You can wear them.
Yes.
It's hard to fix those up when you wear them.
Well, I'm gonna give them a chance. Try them on and see if they still fit.
Qualifying, Xfinity Series, the race, cup practice and qualifying on True TV, and then we will go racing on Saturday night. And let's take a look at the Xfinity fastest lap. And Bubba Wallace, Austin Dillon, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick. What could have been for Tyler Reddick if he wasn't caught up in that? What could have happened for Bubba Wallace without that stray wheel? A lot of racing left to go here. But clearly, if Austin Dillon can win this race, he will lock himself in the playoffs. But think about next week Daytona. 5 of 11 sets, 5 of the last 7 summer Daytona winners. They got the first win of the year at that race.
There's a tornado there. I'm sure there is, Mom.
Big strategy. We expect him to come up the pit road this time. Kind of waited. Pace and speed. Now, Blaney, on the other hand, has knocked that gap that you talked about now under 5 seconds. Under 5 seconds. So a little bit of traffic for the 3,
And 4 lap pressure tires for Blaney really paying off. What you got, Mike?
You gotta give credit to Luke Lambert for throwing the Hail Mary here with Carson Hocevar trying to do the 3-stop strategy in stage 3. I think a couple of execution issues trying to get the good run. Now a second execution issue, back-to-back stops where they had to rejack up the right side of the car for the 77. That does enough. But I think see car-wise overall, they got way too free, way too early in the run. But they tried something at least to get the 77 up front. We'll see what he cycles out with his first stop in stage 3.
Yeah, you and I talked in the beginning who we thought would win, and there are cars that show up with speed that could win, but the execution is so difficult. Just a little bit of trouble on the right side again. Right side goes in, Jack Hayes just prematurely drops the jack. Kind of as simple as that. Slow right rear, Jack Hayes just didn't wait. He was going to be slow either way. But that'll probably be the final chance for the 77 for something to happen. So now I kind of look forward to what's happening on the racetrack, and I think it's as simple as, barring a yellow, it's can the 3 of Austin Dillon hold off a hard-charging Ryan Blaney with 4 lap pressure tires. Is now under 4 seconds behind.
Yeah, he's taking time out from 5 seconds down to 3.9. Ryan Blaney is storming towards Austin Dillon. Alex Bowman, what a great night for the Hendrick driver. And Daniel Suarez remains in the top 5 in 4th in his Quaker State Trackhouse Chevy. Joey Logano from last to 5th. What a night it's been here in Richmond, and it's not over yet.
Are you here for Tracy?
We're here for everything. Nemo and I help people save hundreds by customizing car insurance with Liberty Mutual.
We ordered a limo, that way though.
Oh yeah, we do that too.
This past year has been one big deal. With so much going on, we are always looking for ways to simplify and estimate it's a little more every day with this better pattern or your house
You only use $6.99 meals a day or something.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest. The cold lager, cold filter, cold package, Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coolers Light. Choose chill.
Actually, Labor Day sale is going on now. For a limited time, you can get up to $800 off select adjustable mattress set. With a free adjustable base with select mattress purchase. Plus, no interest until 2030 when you buy in store. Only at Ashley.
That's my team out there.
If our network goes down, lives are at stake.
Our comms have to work.
For the mission home.
That's why we partnered with the Last and Frontline. The network that truly prioritizes first responders.
We don't worry about getting through. They're the most reliable 5G network in America. Out here, reliability is everything.
Extreme or routine? Verizon Frontline partners.
The #1 network choice in public safety. Learn more. Your mission is our purpose.
He's a bad boy, he's a bad boy. Tell me enjoy, he's a bad boy. That's the best. Get to 20% off hundreds of thousands of hotels and all that other stuff I can't get into right now.
You can get this fixed now and pay later. You can get this fixed now and pay later. And this. Get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLife.com.
Safe like we pay, safe like we place.
Sonic Fish makes smart official. Your dollar snacky hour. Dollar corn dogs, dollar mozzarella sticks, and dollar salt breakfast twist every day.
The tire's really going to start to kick in these next handful of laps. Well, we've got it down to 6.
30 laps to go.
Yeah, between himself and
it is 400 laps.
Lady,
About
a second.
And for the 35-year-old from Welcome, North Carolina, it's about 240 miles from where we sit here in Richmond. Austin Dillon, can he do it? Can he get there? Hadn't led laps since this race a year ago. And here tonight he's led 78. What a turnaround.
It'll be interesting to see it. I'm guessing this is what they're going to end the race on. This particular set of tires. Unless it's a repeat of the spring in 2020. What was it last year or the year before? When the one with Mark Tricks?
So less than 28 to go now. So far, everything is stabilized at 3.5 seconds. Will Bowman get to Blaney? Probably. Are you going to go there after this? All right. Well, I appreciate you for making it all the way up until this point. At least we don't have to deal with weather today in today's Cup race, which is a good thing.
Unless some act of God happens within the next 27 series.
Daniel Suarez is about to get back-to-back top 10s, but this time a top 5, not bad. Zane Smith is 10th, not bad night for him. Josh Berry 8th, love to see it. Cindric, for the fact that Cindric's gonna potentially finish 4th, that's crazy. This race has been quite eventful for sure. We've seen those two big wrecks. We saw some incident. Well, we've seen drivers play strategies. We've seen comers and goers. We've seen way too many pit road penalties and issues. We saw two big wrecks that kind of changed the complexion of this race. And then here we are working our way towards the end. Just please make it to the end of this race without anything happening.
I knew I should have pulled it down on the final tonight.
Carson Hocevar is 18th, one lap down.
Looks like Hamlin might be closing in on Larson, but Barry's right there too.
Also Corey Heim is also in this race. He's driving the 4th 2311 car, the 67. Yeah, I agree. We need some more Saturday night races.
Jones out of the top 25 now. This is fucking terrible.
Earlier in the night, but just too many hiccups. Too many times they push back on the back foot.
Son of a bitch, man. This is horrible. We should have pitted so much earlier than that.
Well, the lead hasn't gotten any smaller.
This was the strength of this lead car.
And Dylan's about to put Chris Buescher a lap down. Well, another lap down, actually, technically.
Buescher's about to get lapped.
He never even gets close to the wall. Everybody else uses all the racetrack when they exit the turn 4. He does not use it.
Needless to say, I honestly can't wait for next week. Daytona.
When the 17 is no longer in the picture, Austin Dillon to the bottom of the racetrack, runs up the hill a little bit in the middle, left side, over the yellow line on exit. Look, there's a lane between he and the wall. Let's go back and look at the 12 car. 12 car runs second, really good speed. He is using all of the racetrack. Trying to get my SPG right here to see if he clears it. You got it cleared because I've given the example.
Damn, Priest is 34th. Oh, there went his night.
But the 12 runs all the way up the racetrack to the wall, even though he's trying to pass SPG. It shows you
now Blaney's starting to lose, has been losing a bit of time.
Distance around the racetrack.
And now Bowman is there.
Continuing to grow the advantage. It's gone from 3.
Bowman is striking down Blaney.
To 4 seconds now. Austin Dillon over Ryan Blaney. Tell us more about this walk, Ken.
Well, it comes out good. The 3 is on the long run. What is Ryan Blaney thinking now? For the remainder of the race, last 17 laps. Take a listen to the radio.
dry shrimp. Just tiny, tiny one to give that.
Yeah, Bowman is catching Blaney real quick.
That's sweet cheese. Still holding his own.
Nice
14 points.
would
Here comes Bowman.
As far as the playoff points are concerned,
He has 60. He has 15 laps. Make up 4
Here comes
seconds.
Bowman. That's for second. And there he goes. Bowman is 50 plus 57. That's going to move. As you can see, Mom, it moves Reddick down in their spot.
Oh man, I'd absolutely be nervous right now if I were Brooks.
So both very level. So it stays at 3.6 seconds. 13 laps to go. That's all here in Richmond. Austin Dennis very happy to see about half a front stretch clear in front.
12 to go.
I was called out a year ago when I didn't think the practice speed for three was real, and I didn't think he had an opportunity. We talked about it in the pre-race. I was going to be caught off guard a second time. He came back a year later, a different tire, a year's worth of development, yet still has something between how he drives this racetrack and what they've given him to drive that is just different. And it is a standout racetrack for the three of Austin Dillon. Only another tenth of an advantage to Bowman this. Let's count 3.4. It's not the chunks that
10 to go.
By the way, before we still got 11 to go, before we do finish, what have you thought about the tire package that you brought in? Now we've seen the whole race unfold. I love the fact that there's so much fall off that we see the difference between Bowman and Blaney, right? Same number of laps on tires. Bowman's car is not in there. He was able to get by Blaney. Austin Dillon has the best car. He's able to drive by people.
Oh, Bowman still got lap traffic to deal with.
Blake Harris there. Crew chief just saying, come on. We're going to get this win to lock ourselves into the playoffs. Remember, a year ago, it looked much the same. And a late caution brought everyone to pit road. The three-car held the lead off pit road, and then lost the lead on a restart. That's when the pushing and the shoving, and ended up removing him from the playoff starter. So, with 9 to go, it is not over. I can assure you that Austin Dillon remembers that. Oh, yeah. I don't want to caution right now.
All right, 8 laps to go in the Cup race at Richmond. Austin Dillon looks like he's going to go back to back, but we can only hope that this will be a lot cleaner outcome compared to last year. I know he may not be worthy of a playoff spot, but it is what it is. 7 to go.
Trying to catch the three with laps dwindling. It's now down to 6 laps as Austin Dillon crosses the line.
6 to go. And Bowman, yeah, that's Jesse Love and Eric Jones and SVG. Oh, whoa. Don't. That's Eric Jones. Oh, never mind. John Nemechek's behind him. 5 to go.
Would have 58 points, which would assure that the points would be enough, but no assurance with a potential new winner. And that's what Austin Dillon has proven once again. It can happen. It happened a year ago. We had 2 winners in the last couple races in Jerk's Son. A year ago at Daytona. We've seen that
4 to go.
in the regular season. So the 58 points is a glimmer.
Blaney's now 7 seconds behind the 3.
Inside the final 4 laps, there are nerves in 2 camps specifically. That's at the top of the box.
3 to go.
Of Austin Dillon and the RCR team. And I'm going to give it to Richard Boswell. Remember, he ran the 12 car down.
Austin Dillon has now led 105 laps.
So hard to get first at the lead. Great work from on top of the pit boss and just spectacular work from behind the wheel. One of the foundation teams in NASCAR Cup Series competition.
All right, coming to 2 laps to go now.
This boost is just the juice
I think I caught a glimpse of Bowman back there.
You know that would be an assurance of no more restarts.
Oh boy.
It's been 3 years since Austin Dillon went to the playoffs.
All right, white flag, 1 lap to go for Austin Dillon. Man, is this really happening? Wow. Well, controversy last year. Tonight, it's going to be a clean win for Austin Dillon. Off turn 4, Austin Dillon and Richard Childress Racing are back in victory lane at Richmond. And thankfully, we make it back without any issues. Wow. Talk about a clean race by the 3. Yep, you got to thank Richard Boswell. Well, hope this win sticks in post-race inspection. 6th career win. Well, this will be the 2nd track on Austin Dillon's resume, which he has more than 1 win. Daytona's the other one. Yeah, burn it down, Austin Dillon. Let's go. Number 3 is back in victory lane. Well, I didn't think Dillon will have a chance of going back to back, but wow. Yeah, he's bringing it down hard. Damn. Okay, let's go, Austin Dillon. All right.
Austin Dillon said he was pumped about tonight. He loves Richmond, and he's another 500 winner. He knew over the next 2 weekends he had a chance. That chance has become a reality.
This is going to be a team celebration this year. The 3-team in Austin Dillon lead, no doubt. Welcome to the playoffs, Austin Dillon. You can tell he left it all out there on the track tonight. Austin, the way it all played out last year, how important was it for you to come back in front of the sell-off crowd and do it the right way?
Man, that feels good. I got to thank the good Lord above. I really
Inspection gods tonight.
just going through the whole process of it.
Hide.
The distance was so sweet.
This is fucking happening again.
I was feeling that a lot this week.
This is actually, this is
Didn't feel
fucking
great.
happening
I'm actually
again.
racing with a broken rib right now for the last 2 weeks, and
All right, man. Thanks, Shahir, for stopping. Thanks for being on my stream tonight. I'll see you next week for Daytona. Man, wow.
I can't believe it. I can't fucking believe
I'm so excited to get my wife and kids here to celebrate with us.
I-
And it's so sweet. My dad prayed with me before the race. He was at our hunt land doing some food plots and
Oh yeah, Austin Dillon's crew chief Richard Boswell mom is a former NASCAR driver too.
my grandfather for all that he's
So Austin Dillon wins, Alex Bowman second, Ryan Blaney third, Joey Logano fourth. Damn, all of Team Penske finished in the top 5. Haven't seen that in who knows how long. Larson 6th, Suarez 7th, Barry 8th, Keselowski 9th, and Hamlin 10th. And Zane Smith 11th. Oh, okay, not bad. SVG 14th, not a bad night for him. And there's the rest of them. Damn, what a shame for Bubba Wallace, man. He could have had this race won, but that tire incident on pit road cost him big time. And here's all the other drivers. There's Ty Dillon. And of course, unfortunate for Chase Elliott and Justin Haley, but it is what it is. Up on the Daytona.
we're going to talk more about this
can't fucking believe this.
Richmond as a whole.
Austin Dillon is going to win at Richmond. And this
It's going to be a
time,
popular victory.
no controversy needed this time. Oh my
Two
god.
wins at Richmond within the space of a year, but two very different
You gotta
outcomes.
be fucking kidding me. Kidding me.
Just the one race at Richmond this year. And boy, it was
Everybody's
worth it.
gonna break for the
A new
inspection
winner
tonight.
and a new entrant in the NASCAR Cup Series
Oh
playoffs.
my god.
Austin Dillon in the 3 for Richard Childress Racing. And there is a whole lot of joy and relief and celebration to know that they've got 10 races. Can they go to all 10 in the playoffs? We'll talk more about it in the progressive
There's
post
something
race
on
show.
it though.
More
He
interviews
did
coming
earn
up.
this
Stick
win.
around.
I can't lie, man. He did earn this win tonight, but holy shit, what a race the playoffs line.
Today, you're meeting for coffee.
And this was actually a
And then before you
legit
know
win.
it,
It wasn't on,
you're
you know,
meeting
it wasn't on half the field crashing.
At Credit One Bank, we believe having your credit and rewards with a little more today can lead to even bigger ones tomorrow. Earn up to 10x points on cash and 5x points on dining at Credit One Bank Wonder American Express card. Credit One Bank. Go up to
When my doctor gave me breastfeed for my COPD, I noticed things had changed. Breastfeed gave me better breathing starting within 5 minutes. It also reduced flare-ups.
Breastfeed won't replace a wrestling inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It's not for asthma. Tell your doctor
There's,
if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before
there's
don't take
Rose
breastfeed.
Brooks in the chat.
Breastfeed
No.
may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if voice and breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about breastfeed.
I didn't think this was possible. I didn't think this was possible. I also didn't think that Austin Dillon was going to win a race on legitimate pace. I did not expect that at all. Did not expect that at all. But yeah, no controversy needed. And well, I do kind of hope he does feel most very stacked up because his playoff spot is a waste once again. And that Alex Bowman will be able to get in, no problem. But start complaining about it on the radio, but whatever it is. Whatever it is. But yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in to the live stream tonight. We will be back next Saturday for Daytona, and like I said, this will be our last chance, Legacy's last chance to get one of their cars in the playoffs. Unfortunately, it's going to have to be one of them, whether it be Jones or John. But we'll see. We will see what happens with that. But yeah, didn't think we'd have as good of a race as it was tonight. But yeah. Other than that, I really don't have much else to say. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday night and enjoy.
I mean, I think with the way that race normally goes, it's about a must win at that point because I think you're most likely going to have a new winner. So, yeah, just need to go execute and try to win the race. That's all we really can do. It kind of looks like we could maybe get to the 45. Looks like we had a bad day, so possible there, but looks like we got. So, just got to go to work. That's all we can do at this point, and that's what we've been doing, right? Like, we've been doing a lot of good things, and unfortunately, just one spot at a time.
A couple weeks in a row, we've done strong. What about that team and just the way you guys come together late?
Yeah, the team, clearly we're not very popular through the garage with that last one, but still, doing a really good job and executing at a high level. So just proud of all the guys to continue to work hard and try to overcome the situation that we're in.
Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your Sunday tomorrow. Watkins Glen Bronx should be out within the coming week. But with all that said, appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you guys so much.
All right. Well, again, no contra. Yeah, I admit Dylan's may not be worthy of a playoff spot, but what's the point? This playoff format's garbage anyway. But it is what it is. But yep, Austin Dillon definitely won this race on. Well, I definitely wasn't expecting him to win this race on pure pace, but he sure did. Well, I can only hope his next win will be just as clean as this one was. The race was pretty solid. wasn't bad. I mean, again, it was quite eventful for sure. Um, we saw different drivers try different strategies. We saw battles for position. I think the camera work was good. It wasn't great. It could be a lot better. So, yeah, and I think as the race went on, I think Bubba Wallace and Dylan were the best cars, but I think it was Austin. Well, again, because Bubba Wallace had that issue with his the tire. Unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be, but that's just how it is. And just like that, there's 2 spots left. Tyler Reddick and Alex Bowman are in the last 2 slots. Well, we're going to have to wait and see how next week plays out. Yeah. Yeah, if you really think Austin Dillon, do you really think NASCAR is gonna?
Look, I think they both definitely have to feel like there's going to be a winner. There is, I think Bowman's going to have some help, right? He's enough points back that I don't think that he can just go out and.
Yeah, I'm sorry, people. NASCAR's not here. I'm sorry, as unfortunate as it is, NASCAR's not here to kiss anyone's ass, make them feel wonderful and always right. So, if you really think Austin Dillon's going to get disqualified solely because he's a waste of a playoff spot, kind of a dumb just get rid of the playoff format overall, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. If we were if this was a full season format, we would. Hey, there's this kid. You missed it. Happened quick. So yeah, again, said before, I'll say again, um, deep, solid race. Different strategies were used tonight. We saw comers and goers, and 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 finally Austin Dillon wins a race without any controversies and all that. Oh wow! So yep, that's all I have to say. Just think the fact that Austin Dillon has 2 wins during Kyle Busch's winless streak, it's just insane, man. I just, right, just can't believe it. But it's happened. So with that said, see y'all this upcoming Friday for Daytona. Have a good rest of your Sunday. There's no IndyCar F1, I think, this tomorrow, so we should be all good. All right, y'all. Have a good one, and I'll see y'all next time. All right, bye, everyone. Peace out, y'all.